So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, athletics is back. I cannot believe it. I'm joined here by the great Masseni and Izak Bibile. Boys, say good day.
We are back, and it's so exciting. After a long winter in lockdown, we thought it wouldn't happen again, but it has. And we are back for another season of Milers Club. A later start in the year rather than usual, but it means they're all going to be packed together before Christmas and just after. I'm pumped.
Oh, unbelievable. Actually could not wait. I was just chomping at the bit to get out of my house and get out here. Izak, how are you, mate?
Not too bad. Not racing tonight, but commentating and just being here at the event is just as good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just to be involved. So we're going to get underway here in our first event of the night, which is going to be the men's L800. In the hands of the starter, we will sort of pick through names here as we go along. It's almost a young'uns race here. We've got just about 7 people in here that are aged 13 and 12. So they might be having their first crack over 800. We do have a sprinkle of a few other athletes amongst it. So in the hands of the starter, he's giving a massive grin back up here.
Yeah, he's excited for the start of Milers Club as well. Athletics is back, and the starters are pumped as well. It's also a sprinkle of fluoro shoes out on the track as well. I like that.
Yeah, they're some OG Asics. What's the super shoe count tonight, do you reckon?
The comment is their start sheet doesn't
As a percentage or as a number?
I'm just...
If I've thrown you.
Both well over my head. Let's go number.
Yeah. Oh, number. Jeez. Well, 800s. You're not going to have a lot of super shoes in the 800s. And even 3Ks. I reckon it'll be a pretty low number. I reckon we'll get about maybe 35 super shoes.
I don't mind that guess at all.
Any in this race?
No, I can't see any.
You got 2 out there.
The Dragons and the Zoom Victories.
What are the Dragons?
No, we're not calling Dragons super shoes. We're talking foamy shoes.
Fair enough.
I don't even know what the Dragons are.
The Dragonflies.
Oh, jeez, I'm so far out of the loop. I've just been running in cloud shoes, Hoka. I know. Not bad for the feet. Geez, I'll tell you what, I know it's always a good day to be at Box Hill, but this may be one of the worst nights I reckon I've seen to start off the Milers Club.
Yeah, it might not be the home of PBs tonight.
Isaac's already got fans. There's 2 blokes out here who are just fascinated with Izak right now. I can't believe that. Izak, who is
Ballarat boys have made the 2-hour drive down to Melbourne. Ben Ludbrook and Ben Mornane. They'll be ones to watch tonight.
And it is true commitment.
And if they just stayed at home, they would have realised they got a shout out. But they come all the way to Box Hill to not get a shout out or not even
not hear it. Well, I respect the dedication. I absolutely respect the dedication.
And hello to everyone watching on YouTube and Facebook. Already some support for Ollie, Poppy and Chevin tonight. So comment, cheer on. Let's see who's running from your home club and who you would like to run fast tonight.
There's an issue that has Mr. Jenkins.
Well, there's about... It would have to be... There we go. 4 blokes have all run 2:30 exactly, apparently, which is incredible. And Chevin is one of them. So Chevin getting a massive shout out early. There seems to be a little bit of a delay in the proceedings here. Sure, but it's meant to be a record number of Meet 1 entries, I'm pretty sure, here tonight. So obviously everybody has been absolutely waiting for this moment. There'd be a lot of happy families as well. I reckon runners are so annoying, and they're all just like pacing around the house for the last couple of months. So this right now is, geez, it's who let the dogs out.
Well, we've still been able to run at least. There's been a great thing about being a runner as opposed to a gym goer.
Yes, that is very true.
I wonder how many new runners will be on the track tonight after getting into it over lockdown. Hopefully there's a few that have entered the sport.
Heaps. Surely. And post-Olympics.
Yeah, how good was the Olympics, by the way?
We have had the Olympics since the 80s, haven't we?
And yeah, exactly, we have had the Olympics.
That has happened.
And the coolest thing, like last year, we were calling Peter Bowl in multiple races here at Box Hill.
Yes. And
then he goes and runs the Olympics, and what he did all of a sudden is like a star of Australian sport. Actually, like, hang on, that's Peter from Box Hill.
Is that Pete?
Yeah.
Look at him go. It's actually incredible how much people got around athletics and still now know some of these athletes who did incredibly well.
Thanks, gentlemen. On your
Here
mark.
we go.
Wasn't that the whole the streaker on the field of the MCG? It's like, oh yeah, Pete's cousin. Yeah.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's actually just a small world.
Yeah.
So we're through the first 100 metres here of the Milers Club. We're going to have our Geelong Guild athlete out there, going to try and take it out as quickly as he possibly can. That is going to be Jake Jenkins, I believe. So he's going to cross first. He's about 5 metres ahead. We'll try and get a hip number from up here. It is, as I said, shocking weather out there. So we have moved up to the top of the Box Athletics track, so we can't really get too much of a look at the numbers. But through the first 200 now, at about 31, I think, Mick, I saw that come up. So they're
well ahead of quoted pace. And pre-strung out, we always see this in these earlier races. The fields don't get too bunched up.
Or the seeding tyre from Smackletics?
Yeah. No. Absolutely not. So girls on the line here. At 2:40, the fastest seed time.
Pretty spread out once again. A lot of 12, 13, 14-year-olds in this race, and about 30-second spread of seed time. So would probably expect the athletes to be strung out by about 200 metres by the end of this race.
Yeah, the starts seem to be absolutely flying.
On your marks.
Keep an eye on Mimi Tucker from St Kevin's as
gun.
young athlete from St
On your
Stephen's
marks.
just goes over the line.
So I reckon they'll try and sort themselves out here early, but I think that's a Box Hill athlete going out wide. Box athletes just love running here, don't they?
At their home track, would have thought so.
There's just something about
At
it.
home of PBs.
The mecca of PBs.
Isara Ross from Box Hill has taken charge early ahead of Mimi Tucker from St Kevin's. They are 1 and 2, and the athlete from St Stephen's in Yasmin Ostick-Smith leads the train.
They've gone out with a bit of pace.
We watch the athletes move up the back straight, and Brooks does take Ross on the back straight with 250 metres to go.
Ross. So Ross is going to have to get the arms pumping, looks over the right shoulder and gets a little bit nervous. She's going to have to pull through. But it is all Brooks, 2:31. Ross grits the teeth and comes through for 2:34. So PB galore.
And Isaac, you didn't catch the shoes on the winner just then, because it would be quite interesting if the name of the winner matched the shoes.
No, I think they're Nikes there.
No, okay, Ali Nike.
Ali Nike.
Shoes either.
And the winner was Nike, and then Asics, then Adidas, then Nike again, then Hoka.
I'd love to see a Hoka victory in an 800.
Hoka victory? You mean the Nike victories?
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh no.
Are we doing too much product placement already?
Yeah,
This
we
is
are not. We have no affiliation with any of these companies.
We need to do a disclaimer across the screen.
Although if they want to affiliate.
Send your information to Lachlan.Rayner. If there's anyone watching from home who has people on the track tonight that they want to cheer on, let us know on the Facebook page, on the YouTube. Sound like my dad here. On the YouTube, on the Facebook.
On the YouTube.
Let us know. We'll shout out comments. Shout out us if we're doing a good job or a bad job and need to improve. We're all for hearing what you think.
I love some constructive criticism. What is harsh criticism? What have you got? I'm right here for it.
Just feedback. Just talk to us. Somebody talk to us.
Good to see a Trinity singlet match with a great haircut on the track right now. I am excited.
Got a soft spot for Trinity, do you, Mitch?
Yep, Jensen McNamara. Yep. Good men come from Trinity.
Shout out to Oliver Burns.
On your
I
mark.
don't know if Oliver Burns is in this race right now, but we have a shout out for Oliver.
Wherever you are, Oliver, you have a shout out. So once again, they're not messing about. I would love to see one of these 800s go out slow, but I think I'd have to pinch myself because I'd probably be dreaming. So they're going to almost form a line here. They can't quite figure out who wants to take the lead. There's a lot of heads on a swivel, not a lot cemented forward. So now they're just going to sort it out. So a few of our invitational athletes, I believe, may get to the front, but they've all got a club or a school next to them. So we'll have to wait and see the hip.
I mean, Charlie Sutherland is in the unmistakable aqua blue of, or sky blue of Glenn Huntley, coming in 4th position. We can definitely call that. The other athletes
as well.
What's that?
He's got the dragonflies on as well.
Oh, okay, okay. So
These dragons.
Oh, I'll tell you who it is. It's the Spicer Track Club, Mitch.
Oh,
3 athletes from the Spicer Track Club right up the top of the field.
Get a new singlet, Sam. It's too hard to tell where they're from. So the Spicer Track Club getting after it. And I believe these 3 boys are going to go through in about 1:08. Look at the argy-bargy going through the inside of the track, though. So our Glenn Huntley man, which is, I believe, is it James Gibbs? Or it might be on the...
Sutherland, Charlie Sutherland. Charlie Sutherland is trying to break up the track club of Sam Spicer.
Where'd he go?
Luke Beat Manus from Mentone is just behind Sutherland in 4th position. He's been moving well all race. And the athlete from Doncaster in Aidan Marasco. So it's a race of 5 up the front, as there's about a 20-minute gap to the train trailing the field. But Charlie Sutherland is looking great in 2nd position, just stalking the young athlete from the Spicer Track Club. 150, 120 metres to go. Will he come up on the shoulder? Maybe a bit too smart to that. Wait till the straight. And he's not going to lose any distance. So it is Luke Beat Manus from Mentone. He was looking good all race. And he charges towards the finish. 30 metres to go, 20 metres to go. He crossed the line 2:18 with the swagger of athletes from the Spicer Track Club.
Swagger.
Charlie Sutherland running a strong race as well, always in the mix from the gun.
Swagger is back. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. We've got another Dwyer in the next race. Goodness. Couple of PBs there. Couple of PBs.
Okay, right. 3 hours till the greatest looking man to ever run hits the track. I didn't know you were running, Mitch.
Yeah, nice. I'm not running tonight, all right?
Apparently it's Nick Chambers. Okay, thanks, Tom Forster.
Nick Chambers.
Thanks for that.
Go Suds.
Go Brett PK.
Have you got any Izak Bibile fans on here? Because they usually pop up.
Tom gets around in the comments, Tom Forster.
Okay. Thank you, Tommy Forster. You've been noted by the GOAT. The dulcet tones of Tim Crosby just makes me
Oh my God, we're back. We're back. It feels like athletics season again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels like the Melbourne Marathon's in a couple of weeks when you hear Tim Crosby's voice.
Fun runs are not far away.
Yeah, are we at an XCR event? Bring them back. What a season. What a season cut short.
Boy.
For the mighty lads from Western Avs.
Oh, the Western Avs. They were flying, weren't they?
Oh, we absolutely were. Leading top of the table until.
So it doesn't really. It's a bit of a nothing here then.
I mean, depending who you talk to. to find nothing.
It meant a lot.
We all got out there.
Western
we all had a lot of
Avs.
fun.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
On your marks.
I'm all about fun.
Stand up.
Ooh.
Stand up, says the starter.
Sprint race.
Event 5 of the evening, men's I 800 metres.
On your marks.
10 athletes towing the line, couple from Glen Huntley, couple from Mornington, Mentone, Doncaster. They're about all the clubs out there that I'm identifying right now, Mitch.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Alfie Lambert, he's just decided to make this a race for himself. So I reckon Alfie Lambert's going to roll about a 29 here. That's my tip. But also, is the greatest flex for a starter to call somebody back? I mean, that's got to feel incredible.
That's what they live for.
I reckon. That has to actually feel phenomenal. So our man Alfie's going to roll around. He's gone in 31, so he's actually proved me wrong. But this track and these athletes are now spread out beautifully right now. So there's a little bit of a gap forming, but they've been able to peg him back just ever so slightly. So they have, as I mentioned, gone out in 31, but it is all going to be Alfie Lambert. So hasn't been a lot of movement in lap 1 in these 800s. Not that there typically is, but they seem to be more than content with letting the early race leader do all of the work for them. We've got our Doncaster athlete tucked in beautifully there. So too one of our Mentone boys. And let's see. So now we've got an overtake. Just as I've said that, they've made me look very stupid. So Robert Jones now going to take it, 1:06. He's going to get right on the inside there, pump the arms and say, come on, fellas, the train is a-chewing. So they put 3 boys behind him there, going to try and get on the shoulder. But he looks pretty comfortable out in front. I reckon we're going to have an absolute cracker over the final 300, though. We have 5 in this race right now, and as I say that, I don't think the 2 behind them are done either. So this might be our greatest blanket finish of the day right now, Mick. And these boys are going to start to get moving now. So we've had about 3 lead changes. Look at this man come from the clouds.
Riley
at the back.
Stewart from Wellington. He takes
My
5 all at
goodness.
once.
Bang!
He's waiting. Strict instructions from the coach, clearly. Wait till 250 to go. And bang, it looks like a training session for Riley Stewart from Wellington Athletics Club out there.
Oh my goodness, Riley Stewart's just gone who up dough and he's caught everybody sleeping. So Riley Stewart, 100 metres to go. I've never seen a man pump their arms more ferociously than Riley Stewart. He's got a little bit of company coming from behind him there though. He's got to try and hold on. 240 to go, he called it. Our man coming on the outside there is Harper. Harper just left it late. Stewart loves it. Double cobras over the line. Absolutely love that one as we see our man Mark Hipworth come through now. Early race leader in Brock Goodings now comes across the line, but wowee, like a bullet out of a gun. Riley Stewart. So look, we were mix and matching start lists there, so we really hope that at least one of us had the most refreshed one.
Hey, no feedback on YouTube, on the YouTube or the Facebook. So
Good. Don't forget the name, Hudson Rigg. Okay, that's etched in there now.
Heard it here first. Nath.
There's no 8 and no 10.
Nation.
Nathan Pearce.
No 8 and no 10.
Good luck tonight, Nath Nation. Wow.
SSH 22 for XCR.
2, 8 and 10.
Yeah, right. Okay. Don't know about that.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
the one I couldn't read.
That's
It's on.
That's Davies.
Jeez, a bit of
Nath's
trash.
replied to himself.
Bit of trash talk in the
Nath,
the comments
you're
here.
racing, mate.
On your mark.
Get off the comment section.
No, it's Western Avs 2022.
I'd love some more comments from Jack Davies.
And we have the twins leading the charge here from Doncaster, Gabriella and Isabella King as they round the bend. It might even be the athletes from Wellington in Matilda Farley and Tilly Bugaya.
So once again, these girls are moving, but they're going to bunch up here. I think that's Bernston that's actually brought the pack back together. So 33. Get the fire extinguishers. There are flames on the track right now. These girls, look at this. This is beautifully strung out.
It's like a training session.
Yeah, everyone's giving each other room. This is fantastic.
Hitting the right splits.
Check that watch. Girls are flying. So we're coming around here now, and that is Matilda Farley, who's going to lead out right ahead of Sophie Johnston. And so she's like the human metronome right now, and I think right behind her there is Isabella King. So 71-72 stops the clock there through the first 400. It is Farley who's going to lead it out, but this pack, as I mentioned, is nicely bunched. Maybe starting to feel the pinch a little bit coming around this bend, but I reckon we might see these two Doncaster girls absolutely work together. I'm not going to say that they're training partners, but geez,
But
You
they
had to take
definitely
a
are
stab.
sisters.
Yeah, I reckon they are because they're sisters and compete for the same club. So this is going to be an absolute battle, much more than a PB. This is for Maccas right now. We haven't spoken about it in a while, but on the inside there, geez, one might have the other's measure with 200 metres to go.
The winning sister gets Macca's, you reckon?
Well, that's what I'd be doing.
Or a better Macca's burger.
No, just
One
Maccas.
gets a large one.
One gets Maccas, the other doesn't, I reckon. 150 metres to go. Battle of the sisters.
And Isabella ahead of Gabrielle right now. Oh, it's 2-year age difference. I was thinking twins initially, but Crosby has the inside word.
Tim knows all.
So it's Isabella King leading her sister, Gabrielle King, followed by Matilda Farley from Wellington. They'll be your top three. 2:28. They'll stop the clock at 2:29, 2:30 for Farley. And Sophie Johnston, a strong run from the Nunawading athlete in fourth.
So a 2:34 PB coming into this. Now I'm going to hit refresh.
Just make sure we're ahead of the game. Bring us Isaac. All right, Isaac, what have you got? What have you got for the fans? What's your well, we can do a super shoe count. I think it's low. Oh, actually, hang on. We do see some next percents on the track, and 800 metres in next percents. Interesting.
Dragonflies as well, on the outside there in lane 7.
So what I'm now doing when I'm calling
Yeah, I'm going to be wearing spikes on the track tonight for the first time in about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I'd just go for it, and if my calves get torn apart, I used to do it all the time. I should be fine.
It's good viewing.
Like, I should be fine, surely.
Mick, because
10
I
minutes.
respect you, I'm going to make sure I make it very public.
Surely I can run 10
Sure
minutes
everybody
barefoot and be fine.
Mick's going sub 9 tonight.
Wet track.
I can feel it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a night to have a lot of foam under your feet. I think you need a bit of traction. I think you need the spikes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I could eat my words here.
What spikes we going with?
Are we going to go with the Matumbos?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, having the classics. As I said, 3 years ago since I've worn them. Yeah, haven't gone the Dragonflies. Okay, Nath. Mick will run 8:47. Yeah. Nath absolutely towed me up on the track about 3 weeks ago in a session. So if I can run 8:47, Nath's going to run 7:38.
Nath, underratedly handsome. So the men's 800 metres is off now. And okay, so this is going to be about a 28, I reckon. And there's going to be about 5 guys who run it. So they're going to try and work themselves out. I have a feeling maybe Toby Hurst might try get to the front, but no. He's on the inside, but I can't tell if he's at the front. So they've gone through 29, so it wasn't too far off. Now Hurst has just lost his position, and these boys are now going to move around beautifully on the outside. So working pretty well, but they don't want to get too chopped through the first 250. They all have their head on a swivel again. There's no concrete heads. No one's just looking dead ahead. Everybody wants to know where everybody is. So Hurst tucked in the back there. Good luck finding a spot. We got blokes running 3 wide. They might as well come past and high-five the commentators while they're at it. They're running that wide on the track right now. So you have about a pack of 5. Right on the outside there, as I mentioned, the wide mark is Thomas Humphreys, and tucked in right behind him there, I believe is... Couldn't quite catch it, to be honest. But I know that is Humphreys on the outside. So these boys now are going to try and get moving. Actually, they found another gear. I thought they might have been maxed out, but they were just hiding one behind. Humphreys now moves into second place. In front of him there, I couldn't quite see the number as he came past, but geez, does he have magnificent hair in the wind right now. 250 metres, Humphreys right on the tail there. Tucked in beautifully is also Hurst. So Hurst might get the benefit of the shotgun approach, but here comes Humphreys now, 200 to go. 1:37 on the clock. Watch these boys move now, 180. They're going to have to really dig in here. There's a pack of 4. I don't think it's really over yet with 150 metres to go. Humphreys has no idea the calibre of athlete that's right behind him. Hurst in third. Nice little sandwich between our 2 independent athletes there, but Humphreys doesn't even look like he put in too much effort, but he's absolutely extended away right now. The only man who can catch him is Herbst. and he's not going to get there. So our man in front's going to take it out. Are they some super shoes? 2:09 on the clock.
Well, they say it's the home of PBs, and even on a windy night like tonight at Box Hill, we're absolutely producing them after a long winter being locked away.
Well, I'm impressed.
Super Shoes came in clutch there at the end. You could see him just staying on his toes with the rocker from the next percents. Helps him in the final straight there.
So it's a low overall count on the high stack Super Shoes, but when they have been on the track, they have produced the goods.
We'll see a few more of them in the 3K though.
I would expect so. That's where the other 34 of them is going to come from.
Imagine 2 races.
35 in total for the night,
wear
remember?
Super Shoes.
We want
Just
to keep
hit
that
the
tally
quota.
going.
Hit the quota.
No, you're right though. We will see plenty of them in the 3,000 metres, which started about 7:30 this evening.
So stick around.
Hang on. How's that Bendigo Harriers singlet? The old white with the red underarms.
Is it?
Bendigo Harriers. 100-year anniversary singlet.
That's quite cool.
How good's that?
1922. Hold on. It's not-
Well, hang on, yeah.
He's jumped the gun. Come on. Just wait till the new year.
Pre-release. How good's that Bendigo Harriers 100-year pre-release singlet?
The demo. Man's actually got his hands on a demo. That's special.
He's trialing it out. Got like a number just in texture on the tag on the back.
6.
Just you got to return that. Give us feedback.
Well, I can't help but notice there's 2 Bendigo Harriers, and only one of them has the singlet. So, unfortunately,
One does not.
no. I think David Morrissey, unfortunately, has missed out. I think.
Everyone keeps talking about Ollie. Where is Ollie racing?
You guys are...
Ollie was the Mornington man in the last race.
Ah, right.
Hey.
Okay, that explains a lot.
Young man picked up on that one. 'Cause we are old now. So the men's H800 is on its way. And there are some phenomenal athletes in this race. So they're going to try and peg it out early. And that is our man from Knox, who's just flown to the front.
Daniel Malone leading the way and gapping the field by 3, 4, 5 metres already. Going through the first 200 in 28.29 seconds.
He's not messing about. He's not slowing down either. He's just, he might be running a 600 and hold on. I don't mind the tactic if that's what it is.
Daniel Malone, a regular feature at Milers Club races and starting the season with a bang tonight. Oscar Wright leading the rest of them, the athlete from Nunawading in the green as Ethan Winterton takes the place of Wright in second position and is the fastest chaser of Malone as Malone goes through in a 61 for his first lap. I'm not sure what his PB is.
My goodness.
But he's running very, very impressively with a gap of about 20, 30 metres ahead of the rest of the field. Ethan Winterton is running a great race in his own right, but still is not going to catch, and I will say is not going to catch the strength of Daniel Malone as he extends his lead up the back straight. Can we get a read on his PB? 2:12. So 61, geez, even if he runs a second lap in a 70.
He's got 133, 200 to go.
Big PB coming up for Daniel Malone here. And I would dare say Ethan Winterton, who is running very strongly in second, is going to collect one as well.
Ollie Bradshaw as well there in third. He's starting to get his legs spinning over, but Malone's going to go gun to toe. That's rare. They don't see that often in Milers Club. So Malone grits his teeth, but Winterton maybe can get up on the shoulder. But Malone, he's done enough, I think. He's going to come down and claim a huge PB. Looking for 6 seconds here. Gets 6 seconds. Well done to Winterton as well. Bradshaw comes through.
Joseph Anderson in fourth, followed by Oliver Burns. What a strong start to the season from Daniel Malone from Knox.
That's a race of PBs, I think. We've got 11 in our next women's race as well. There's just bulk numbers coming out here at Box Hill. They all know it's the home, the Mecca, the hub of PBs.
Of you know what?
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but I've said it. Bretty.
Brett.
Oh,
Brett
right.
has the Bendigo Harriers top. Brett Gillian.
That's Bretty.
Oh, sorry,
That's a
Bretty.
pet name. Right. Get the zinger box out. Who's got one of those? Drop it off.
Yeah, forget about Macca's. We're going Kafers, are we?
I wouldn't mind some Dirty Bird. So we have 11 talented women on the track right now for the E800.
We're ready for intro.
Looks like another young field out on the track. All athletes aged around that 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, not many outside
A
though.
couple older.
Everyone's seated 230.
Really?
Yep, throw a blanket over it.
That's amazing. They ran all exactly the same time at some other time in the last season.
If it was in the same race as well.
2:30. Imagine that.
Hate to be those officials.
Well, who's your pick?
Well, given they've all got the same time, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going for... Also, would this be the first race in history where there's two poppies in one race? But I'm going for Peyton Hodder.
I'm going to go for Freya Brown.
It's got to be one of the Donaldsons in the super shoes, the Dragonflies.
Okay.
You got stocks in Dragonflies.
Yeah.
I've got them myself in their good shoe. Can trust them.
They are a trustworthy and reliable track spike, Mitch.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been looking for recently. So they make their way across now. A massive field of 11. So these ladies are going to try and find their spot as quickly as possible.
Hey, are we getting paces at some stage tonight? We haven't seen any race with paces yet.
No, maybe not for the first one. Maybe they just let everybody feel it out, and then the next one they load up and figure out what paces they need.
I was just thinking as this young athlete in the white singlet charges ahead of the field and looking quite metronomic in her running technique. Seems like a pacer. And then I thought, well, no, probably not. We don't have any paces yet.
Maybe she is, because it doesn't look like...
she's
oh,
got
no,
a
there's
hit
a number. I couldn't quite see the number.
Singlet number.
So on the outside of her, though, was Poppy O'Loughlin. So O'Loughlin now gets right up on the shoulder. Right behind them there is Tamsin Dolgy. And so too is Karen Hayder. So Hayder going to lead that next contingent of women out. But right out in front is Poppy O'Loughlin. So O'Loughlin now just moved right around with 300 metres to go. So we'll see whether she can hold it. That elastic band still intact. See if she can snap it up the back straight. And the one to watch out for, I reckon, is Tamsin Dolgoy. So right on the outside in third place there. But I reckon it might be all Poppy O'Loughlin with 200 metres to go. So look at the clock here. We're on a 1:45, I reckon. 1:46 maybe, just a touch over for Poppy O'Loughlin. 180 metres to go. Remember, 2:30 is the PB for every single woman in this race. So
some are having a fantastic night.
Yep.
Some are having a bit of an off night.
Yep, some of them. That's okay though. That's the beauty of Milers Club. Everybody has fun, and the one who's having the most fun is Poppy O'Loughlin. Had her head as concrete. I've been talking about the swivel, but she's only looked for the line, and she's going to be the first one to greet it. 2:16, 17 now on the clock. Might even go for just about a 10-second PB. Going to fall just out of that, but a massive one nonetheless. 7 seconds to wipe it off. Coming really fast on the outside there was Karen Hayder. So too, Poppy Scott Dalgleish.
4 of our athletes under that 2:30 mark. And the rest of them about 2:31.
Yeah, not far off. Maybe they all did run 2:30. Might be accurate. As we see Ruby Donaldson now come across the line. Great racing by our women there. Lachlan Rayner actually doing it all behind the scenes right now. He is helping my slow technological mind work out the Athletics Victoria website, which is fantastic. Okay, but his screen doesn't work. So look, our screens work, so that's important, I suppose. So we have another 11-man field out here. Who do you like here, Isaac?
Got to go with the Box Hill man, Jack Waters. Now, he's the first Box Hill man we've seen out there today.
Yeah, actually might be. Jack Waters, where is he there? Oh, yeah. He's got a good lane.
He's in the Dragons as well.
Oh, who's this man in the Carlton jumper? The Paddy Cripps.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. He's in for a world of pain. Jeez. As a 25-year strong Carlton supporter, all I can say is take it off and find another one. Because it ain't worth it. He's doing the crouch start. I'm fascinated. Hugo Cornell. So again, these guys, I think they have a pretty consistent seed time across the board. So yeah, 2:05 out to 2:10. So might not be too much range in this race, but it's interesting to see who can get out the fastest.
On your marks. Stand up. Sorry guys, in an 800 metres you have to do a standing start.
So Hugo Cornell was ready to just about put the blocks behind his feet there. But now he's away, so he doesn't need his hand on the ground. I have a feeling Hugo might get out fast after seeing what he was doing at the start there. And so these boys now underway. Oh, prove me right, Hugo. Not going to quite get there. It's actually going to be John Asker, or Josh Asker, I should say. Right on his outside there is Angus Ashworth. So Ashworth, again, another seasoned veteran of the Milers Club, already at a young age. So here he is now, Hugo Cornell. So 29, he's checked the palm of his hand. I don't know what he's got in there. He's got some sort of super watch in the palm of his hand, but Cornell going to lead out.
Written down.
Look at that, he's just gone bang. He didn't even look at it sideways, though. He almost did the John Cena, you can't see me. I'll tell you what, we can see you because you're leading out the race here, Hugo. So Hugo, 300 metres through, looking smooth, looking absolutely majestic are all these boys. And look at this. This is like a horse race right now. Who's going to try and get to the rail? It's going to be our man coming over to the outside there from Mentone, and that is Alexander Gibson. So Gibson now going to greet the bell first. 1:03 on the clock. Perfectly placed on the outside there is also Tyler Denboa. So Denboa going to try and get after Gibson. Cornell on the outside there. And these guys are about to get moving now. So watch it wind up now. It is still going to be our man in Gibson. So 300 metres to go. It's all Gibson. Cornell going to try and find a gear, but maybe he can't. It looks like the man with his head down there is Denboa. Denboa can't quite find anything. And just as I say that, Glenn Denning now comes flying around them all. So Gibson's still out in front. Glenn Denning, though, going to bring Cornell with him. Puts his hand up to his face and says, give me a little bit of something. So the man on the inside there is still going to be Gibson. It's all Gibson with 150 to go. The two men that can catch him are going to be Cornell and Glenn Denning. So watch out now. Cornell on the outside. Gibson, though, he looks like he's extending away. Glenn Denning going to try and find something. Might pull Cornell through for a time, but it's all Gibson. Gibson going to come down there and get a massive PB. 2:03. Glenn Denning 2:04. Cornell 2:05. Our Box Hill man as well, Jack Waters, comes through.
Almost
so
a rare win for the Blues.
Yeah. Oh boy. That poor Blues supporter. That's the most amount of heart I've ever seen in a Blues jumper. I'll tell you what. Give him a contract. We could use some gut running in the midfield.
He should have been in the draft last night.
Oh, mate, he might be at the draft tonight. It's not too late. I hope you're nominated. Sensational running, though. He's been absolutely pulled through. Also has footy shorts on. Could be a low-key Carlton player. You just never know. We've got the Unthank brothers in here as well.
Remember guys, you've got to run in your lane till you pass the 6 blocks at the start of the next straight.
So our men's E800 on the track. Another 10 weapons about to get underway. Got a good bit of range hit. Wow. Who is that on the inside of the track?
I think it's Angus Ashworth from the last heat. He's completely gone. That's what the
Gussie.
800 does to you.
Yeah. His legs do not exist anymore. Control-Alt-Delete that man's legs.
We've all been there as distance runners.
Oh, boy. Yes, we have.
Got one super shoe in this race. Oh, no, two. Yeah, Air Zoom victories. Not many dragons out there tonight so far in the 800.
Can I just say, Nathan Pierce, Nath Nation, has already messaged me saying thank you for the shout-out for his the handsome comment. I almost take it back. So our men's E800, as I mentioned, 10 blokes coming out here to try and run a PB in the first race of the year in the hands of the starters. And we're off. Who's gonna get around there first, Isaac? Who are you tipping?
Oh, well, it's got to be Finn Staple on the outside. He's going for it. I'm pretty sure he's a 400 man, so not surprised to see him going for it.
Yeah, he's got the form for it. I don't know. I reckon, I was about to say we've got Doncaster athlete, but we've got 4 in a row. So that's going to be hard to call. But I think Joshua Johnston's just going to tuck in behind Finn Staple there. So Staple going to bring him through in about a 28. Does just that. So through in the 28. And this is our man, Craig Sanford, father of Ellie, I believe. So Craig Sanford, he's going to say, hey, boys, I was doing this when you were in nappies, so let's watch what I can do here. So Craig Sanford dusts him off now, gets right on the inside, so he's putting himself in a beautiful spot. Staple on the outside. Geez, we're trying to get men to get some oxygen here. It's an absolute rogue scene in that pack right now. So our man getting out there was Joshua Johnson. He's going to get right on the outside of Sanford. 61 greets the clock, so Johnson going to do it. The man right behind him there is going to be Zachary Norton. No, it's Finn Staple. So Finn Staple has not gone anywhere. Norton in 4th there, Sanford in 3rd. But it is Joshua Johnson. So let's see what he has with 300 metres to go. As you said, though, I think Finn Staple is the 400-metre runner. So if he can find some legs here, you think he's going to be dangerous to burn him off with 200 metres to go. But Joshua Johnson said, I might burn him early. So our Doncaster contingent as well starting to work together. Goes around Sanford with 200 to go. 1:33 on the clock. Let's see what they can close out in here. Joshua Johnson, though, he may be the one to take it. He's going to make him work for it. Finn Staple, the 400 metres, can't quite get to the 800-metre length, but he's put himself in a great position there in 3rd place. It is all Joshua Johnson, though, 100 metres to go. Dips his head now, takes a look at the line and says, get me there a little bit faster. The boys now are going to come like a steam train behind him. I think Johnson might hold on. The legs are staying there. Finn Staple, geez, he's found his legs to come through for a second. Johnson takes it. Staple second. Wowee. Staple went missing, got found again. That's unbelievable.
He's Staple. He got stuck behind some traffic there. He was trying to make a move, but
I don't know what was going on.
It would have been a tight finish there.
Yeah, he just absolutely flew around, didn't he?
Yeah, once he found himself some room.
Yeah.
He's just probably one of his first 800s, so he's still learning. He's not used to running with people in his lane.
Yeah, not having a clear shot at it. No more slingshot. Great race, though. So our women's D800, I believe, is the next event. And there are plenty of bodies down here at Box Hill. Unsurprising, first Vic Milers Club, but good luck getting standing room down at the grandstand. It was unbelievable. I think when they said barbecue and drinks, it doesn't take much to bring people down to an athletics track after that.
Doncaster.
Can see some pretty fast guys who will be in the 800 metre A race doing some strides. Going to be a quick one, I reckon.
Looking smooth.
Sub 150 maybe.
Oof. I'd love to see it. We've got our 10 women here in the D800. So we're starting to ramp up the speed, the calibre of athlete. starting to get scintillating. Even you're copying it on the YouTube here, Lockie. Give us a boundary throw in, Rayner. One of the better boundary umpires in the AFL, if not the best. But I might be biased.
We've all got our fans.
So women's D800 in the hands of the starter. 10 women about to get after it here. See if we can smash some PBs.
On your marks.
So we are away cleanly, and I reckon the hot start is going to come in the middle there, potentially from Bella Ferry, I think, might be the one to try and get across first. So they're going to work their way through. First 100, always try and get those nerves out. And it's all become too much for Izak Bibile as he takes a seat in the grandstand here. So Maddie Tarabay may be the only one to try and put away what I called no. Here she is, Bella Ferry. So she's going to get there first, and she has strung it out. So these girls are going to have to work it out. They've gone through in 31, so they are absolutely launching themselves through this first 200 of the women's D800. It is Bella Ferry going to lead them out. And the one right behind her there is Maddie Tarabay. So Tarabay leading out a contingent of 2, but it is Farry now.
Tarabay's the only one in the super shoes, so she'll have an advantage towards the end of the race.
Well, you better watch out then. You got the super shoes on. You got to have a super performance. So Bella Farry, she's leading them out. Tarabay behind her there. So too is going to be Cassie Farley. And on the outside of them is Chelsea Tickell. So Tickell, Farley, Taraby and Farry leading them out. So Faraby's got a juicy lead here. She's got about 10 metres on them. Has a little bit of a swivel there, does Tarabay. So she looks around and says, hey, maybe we can get a little bit of more help for me to try and chase down our race leader and Cassie Farley. 300 metres to go. It almost looks unassailable. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on her, but 20 metres ahead, 250 metres to go, and she looks strong. This is going to be a cracking final 200, so strap in. Don't blink, you might miss it. 200 metres to go. Cassie Farley, she's still out in front. She's done it from the start. 1:44 on the clock. Right now is still going to be Tarabay. Tucked in nicely behind her there is still going to be Cassie Farley. And beautifully on the outside too is Chelsea Tickell. So it is still going to be our early race leader in Bella Farry. Farry now still has that 15-metre lead. Just going to have to try and make her way to the line. Has a little bit of a grimace, but so do the girls behind her there. So I don't think Maddie Tarabay is going to catch her. It is going to be Bella Farry, I think, who's going to take this one out. And watch them launch from the back here for the minor placings. But it is all Bella Farry going to get down to the clock, 2:21. Watch it go, 2:22. So great racing there. Chelsea Tickell just on the outside as we now see Eliza Shivers come through. And great racing from these women. Grace Grafsma. And so too, Vanessa Diondrea comes through now for the women's D800. Another gun to tape. We're seeing a little bit of gun to tape here, which I love because I reckon I might have been called the pacemaker because I would just go out as hard as humanly possible and pray that my legs would last. So there is an absolutely massive contingent of Glenn Huntley in this men's D800. Any familiar names, any familiar faces out here for you, Isaac?
You can see one of the Hadfields down there, one of the 3.
Is that Reese, maybe?
No, it's Tyler down there, the youngest.
All right.
He's in a pair of super shoes, so he's a good man.
And so another 10. So we're just running consistent races of 10. You know, I'm not astute to much, but I am astute to that.
We're getting close to the sub-2s now.
Could we see it? Yeah. Make a call.
I think our last heat was like 203 or 4, so this one should be on for it.
So you're putting your stamp on it?
Yep. Sub-2 coming up.
Okay. Sub-2, according to Izak Bibile.
There's plenty of super shoes as well. Pretty sure everyone except for the Ringwood athletes got them on, so definitely going to be some fast times.
So get your comments in. Let us know what you are thinking. If you've got somebody to cheer on, please do let us know. Or if you've got any questions for Isaac. I mean, there's YouTube royalty right
Not
here.
just YouTube either. Podcasts. Both of you have launched podcasts since our last live stream. We'll have to, when we get a bit of a break, we'll make sure we get a bit of a plug. I listened to Isaac's one this morning. Latest drop.
Cheers for that.
Last night.
This is too exciting. Our men's D800 is underway, so Isaac's throwing his stamp on this. We will see a sub-2 in this race. Confident, nodding his head, locked in, ready to go. 80 metres through here. I love seeing him whip around this bend and so you can get on the outside, and I think it might be Luke Sideridis from Glen Huntly who might try and get there. How'd you like that pronunciation? Not bad, I reckon. Sebastian Farrelly, though, he might spoil the party, and the man on the inside of him is Blake Dobay. So Dobay on the inside of Farrelly, 28 seconds marks it off. So we've seen a lot of consistent 28 seconds through the first 200 here. But it is going to be, I believe, Dobay who says, give me that hot sauce, and he wants to get right to the front and make it spicy. So on the outside of him is going to be Sebastian Farrelly. Looking smooth, though. This is unbelievable right now. So these boys now are tucked beautifully. So I know that you want to try and see your man Tyler Hadfield there. You seem to have a connection to the Hadfield, so he's going to get himself towards the back of this pack. Our man from Glen Huntly there is actually Keegan Hillimasher. So Hillimasher right on the outside there of Dobay. Sebastian Farrelly, though, he's been the one to try and take it. And he's going to try his best to hold the inside here as he comes around with 300 metres to go. So watch this now. Do not blink. I said it earlier, you'll miss it. Well, you miss this one too. So Sebastian Farrelly there on the inside. Dobay on the outside of him. Now comes the slingshot from Keegan Hillimasher. Hillimasher right there. He's gone wide. In fact, he's going to try and go 3 deep to try and make his way through. I believe that may be our man in Patrick Reshko as well, who's sitting there in 4th. So watch him go. But bang! Keegan Hillimasher now on the outside. He's made his way to the inside of the rail. Now it's going to be a Glen Huntly, I reckon. Absolute witch hunt. So Miller Hasher now straight on the inside there. The man starting to rise on the outside. We'll see whether or not he can get there. I believe that is Matty Grant. So Matty Grant on the outside of Hillimasher. Puts his head to the right. Says you're going to have to try a little bit harder than that. Grant says, keep me there. Oh, Hillimasher. 2-0-2.
Just missed it.
2-0-2. So Isaac's stamp is now void. He's had one chance to stamp, and he stamped incorrectly.
Next race for sure.
Oh, okay.
Stamping again.
Yeah. Isaac stamped that as the first sub-2 of the evening.
About 1.5 seconds off. Close.
Yeah, but do you pay close? Oh, he will. So our women's C800 going to make their way out. And I know I said I was astute with 10 men and women fields, but this one appears to be 11. So
Commentator's curse right there.
Yep.
You jinxed it.
Yep. And you jinxed the 2 minutes.
Maybe
So we should not
commentate.
talk about anyone.
About anything. Just let the athletes do their thing.
Let it go. Just a silent race. All run massive times.
Women's C, 800 metres. We're getting up to Pontiac now.
Oh, yeah, we're moving.
And they are moving on the track. Natasha Rourke of Williamstown on the outside seems to be... Oh, she seems to be getting away with fast, but that stagger gets you, doesn't it, in the 800 metres? The amount of 800 metre races I've seen in my life, and that stagger never fails to get me.
Actual optical illusion.
that. And with the lack of hip numbers on both hips, it's difficult to identify runners out the front of the field right now. And that is Emma De Jong from Maccabee Athletics Club. Nissa Males from Williamstown coming in 3rd position. And Molly Ryger from Sandringham in 2nd. So they're the first 3 athletes in this event, going through in 70 seconds. Pretty tightly bunched still. Natasha Rourke is right there on the heels of Ryger from Sandringham as she passes her and slips in just behind Males of Williamstown, her training partner from the club out west. But Emma De Jong, she's been leading from the start, and Natasha Rourke says, all right, I'll take the lead for a bit now, as she passes with gusto. Again, a lead of 2, 3, 4, 5 metres with 200 metres to go. So it's Rourke and training partner Males comes in just ahead of De Jong. They are your top 3 with about 150 metres to go as they round the discus K. Aren't going to make up the gap, but they are finishing strongly as well. 2:23 as Rourke comes.
The boys are going to get out here, and they are looking incredibly comfortable for a really hot pace. So
27.
It is going to be Evander Scott who's going to lead us out. Right behind him there is Ryan Costin. So too on the outside there is Patrick Stewart and Toby Griffith tucked in nicely. So too there is going to be Zach Granger. So 57. So they've put themselves well in the realm of possibility to go under this 2 minutes, even the 156. But it is Evander Scott who's going to lead out a massive contingent, and these boys are hunting right now with 300 metres to go. Evander Scott going to take it out though. Ryan Costin not too far away. Toby Griffith slips up on the inside there, right on the rail. He's going to tuck himself into third. His head's down. He's asking his legs for a little bit of something, but I don't know if they're going to give it to him right now. So it's going to be Evander Scott. He's led it early. Now comes Ryan Costin. Toby Griffith on the outside there. 128. Well within the realm of possibility to knock off this time. Izak Bibile, he is up on his toes right now to see what Toby Griffith can do, but it's all right now Evander Scott. On the outside there is Ryan Costin. Toby Griffith trying to find something. Costin finds the most. I think he's going to be the one to run away with it now. Costin just starts to stride away, lengthen it out. It was Ryan Costin. It's always going to be Ryan Costin right now for this men's C800. Takes it out on the 157, 158, 159 for the boys. So 3 under that time.
So sub-2 Isaac, not a 157, 156 that you built him up to be, but sub-2 for
just a rust buster.
Griffith.
First race of the season.
Blow out the cobwebs, season opener, all that stuff.
Goodness.
Pretty sure that's Toby's first official sub-2.
Oh,
so
congratulations. I think it's all of their first official sub-2.
How good is that day when you run your first official sub-2? I'm still waiting.
Not in a relay off a flying start.
Yeah.
I'm all on Ryan Costin, though. Stocks in, chips in, invest.
It's the dragonflies that got him over the line.
Oh, not those dragonflies.
Shut up.
Sick of these. I hope no one ever wears them again after this.
Oh, mate, you're going to be loving watching the 3Ks. There's going to be plenty of them.
Dragonfly Central. So we got a 10-woman field here in the B800. And a few familiar names as well in this race. Sophie Coltish, Megan Dixon, Genevieve O'Brien. So they're all names that are absolute regulars down here at the Victorian Milers Club. The women's B800, this is going to be fast.
On your marks.
And we're away now. A very clean start here for our 10-woman field. The women's B800 metres. I'm not getting sucked into the optical illusion. All right, I'm going to wait and see who makes their way out of this the cleanest. But right now, if I had to take a pick...
don't do it, Mitch. Don't do it.
On the outside...
Mia Scary from Sandringham, maybe.
I'm scared. I'm not game.
Yeah, Mia Scary.
He's done it. Nick's figured it out. He's beaten the optical illusion.
With Catherine Kennedy. And that is Megan Dixon coming around on the outside of all of them.
So Dixon going to lead him out. Actually gets a little bit of a one-step on them too. So gets herself into some clean footing, but not for too long. So they're not going to let her get away. So Megan Dixon does have a pretty good set of wheels on her.
Genevieve O'Brien as well is just slipping on in the back of those heels of Megan Dixon, the athlete from Glen Huntly. So they'll be a 1, 2, 3 as they go through one lap. Jeez.
Absolutely.
64, 65, 66 seconds for that first lap with the women's B 800 metres.
So Dixon, Kennedy, O'Brien are going to be the 3 to go through. Megan Dixon trying to find herself some clean footing. She might not just get quite that now, as I think it's O'Brien who's going to try and get right up on her shoulder. But everybody just about is still in this race. We've got about a pack of 8, I think, trying to go through this 300. Dixon's done a lot of the early work, but now on the outside of her there, it's not mine.
It's not mine, but
it's not bad.
Is this what you've been doing all in lockdown? Yeah. Just writing down.
Just writing and
watching the Olympics going from the heavens.
Yeah.
Great.
Can you spell that? Say it a little slower.
You're going to start quoting skateboarding and surfing soon, or speed climbing maybe, using some of those quotes.
Actually got that into the skateboarding. It's not funny.
If you call the second lap of someone's race gnar or gnarly, it's going to be onto you.
It really could come up. So here we go, the men's B 800 metres now. I have a massive bias and soft spot for Will Lindsay, so I apologise in advance for my love of Will Lindsay. But we have 9 other superb athletes in this race.
Josh Hawkes, comment of the night so far, the dragonflies are cutting the Box Hill internet. Everyone has to stop wearing them. Can you let them know?
I'm with you, Josh.
Unreal. Well done, Josh.
Dragonflies are an illness. We must get rid of them.
On your marks.
So we're away here in the men's B 800 metres, and once again, I'm not falling for the optical illusion.
But it is Will Lindsay and Lindsay and Matheson from St Kevin's. Although the athlete from Geelong Guild in Joshua Perdestat.
He's taken 1 step to everyone's 6. So Perdestat, I don't think his feet have touched the ground yet as he rolls through in a 26 seconds through the first 200. So Perdestat, he's going to make a work for it for sure. Will Lindsay going to lead out the pack behind him there. But it's all Perdestat.
He's a sprinter masquerading as a distance runner, I think. Let's see how he goes the 2-lap journey.
Look at this man's feet.
Do you reckon he'll be stoked with his finish?
I reckon
full stoked.
He would have to be. Pop, shove it, gnarly, bruz. So here comes Josh Perdestat now. He's coming through in the easiest looking 56 seconds you've ever seen in your life. Isaac Rosado on the outside there. Lindsay got the benefit of the inside. I want to see these boys hunt now. Perdestat's there. He's there for the taking. Let's see who can go out and get him. Our man in one of the coolest singlets I reckon I've ever seen. I can't quite work out who it is, but he is chewing away the meters right now. So Perdestat's got a lot of boys, a lot of hungry boys currying for him. Brian Wilson there going to try and bring through Will Lindsay and the likes to get on top of Perdestat. So he may look smooth, but he's about to get swallowed. Watch Wilson go, 126. So he says, mate, I've seen you one and I'll raise you. So Wilson now, he goes right around Perdestat with 150 metres to go. Get those arms pumping. Will Lindsay in third has a little bit of work to do there. Isaac Rosado getting around the outside of him now. But look at Brian Wilson. He has left Perdestat in his dust, and he's got more. So here comes Brian Wilson. Is this the coming of age right now if Brian Wilson puts his head around and says, fellas, maybe next year. 154 for Brian Wilson. Puts the finger up and loves it. The rest of the boys start to make their way through now. Harvey Anderson from Knox, the swagger, is back. But Brian Wilson, wow. And Brian Wilson has actually changed his name to Sam Dunnett, funnily enough.
We'll overdub when we cut up that commentary.
I'll tell you what,
apologies for that.
Brian Wilson will be sending that to a lot of people. Watch me win this race. Well done to Sam Dunnett. And I guess kind of Brian Wilson?
Yeah, Brian Wilson's strong.
He's Brian Wilson to us now. Apologise to Sam Dunnett's family if you're watching on.
Pat O'Leary reckons every time Isaac mentions dragonflies, it messes with the stream.
I was just about to say that there's a few dragons and Esmond victories in this race.
But don't,
well,
because it will mess with the stream.
This is the premier women's 800 right now on the track. The women's A 800 metres. An absolute cracker of a field. Probably the most notable of them all is Abby Caldwell. Just missed out on that 1,500 metre selection.
Of the Olympics.
Of the Olympic Games.
Yeah. He was connecting the dots there. Of the Tokyo Olympics, 2021 Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah, so pretty recent. And a massive, massive competitor is Abby Caldwell.
And there's a bit of cash up for grabs as well, Mitch.
Yeah, what are we looking at here, Vic?
We've got a 202 or better, you get $500. Oof. 203 or better, you get 250, and 204 or better, you get 125 big ones.
I reckon we're going to see some money fall here. And we're away cleanly, so that's the most important thing. So, again, we're going to wait for the optical illusion to make its way around the first 100 metres. But this actually, now call me crazy, it looks like a pretty clean line. I cannot tell who's going to take this one out. But I'm going to take a guess like I always do and go Rebecca Green.
Good guess. 120 metres into the race, Mitch. I reckon you guessed it right. Caldwell just sitting on Green's heels there. So it is 1, 2, 3 with a bit of a gap to the rest of the field.
Well, I thought it was a good guess. So Green did get there, though. She got there, as you mentioned, 120 metres, and she'd already crossed. But she did get there. So Green going to lead out Caldwell. And behind there, I think, is Julie Fitt. So Julie Fitt sitting beautifully there. One out, one back is Caldwell, though. And it is still going to be Rebecca Green. So the pace is right on. So Rebecca Green going to lead Caldwell through. Julie Fitt tucked in nicely. There's about a 5-metre gap back. And the one who's going to benefit being able to sit on the back of them is Amy
Robinson.
So 104. Yeah, so the time's in range. If they can really get moving here in the last 400 metres, you'd think they'd be able to get after it. So it is going to be Green. Caldwell now starts to move away from Fitt a little bit. So I think it may become a race in two unless we can see Cleo Richardson get there. But it is Caldwell. Look at this on the outside. Bang! Abby Caldwell, 250 metres to go. She starts to move away. Green not done with yet, though. Caldwell, though, starts to arch away. Shows the class. Shows the calibre of athlete that she is. 200 metres to go. She's dipped to 31 there for that 200 metres. So certainly going to negative split this race, you would think. It's only by a matter of how much. Green holding on, though. Got a really tough competitor there in Green. But Caldwell now hasn't even looked like she's broken a sweat as she starts to come into the final stretch here of this women's A 800 metres of the Milers Club. Caldwell moves away with grace, moves away with purpose, and it's going to be her race to win here. Abby Caldwell, watch the clock. Can she get under there and walk away with a little bit of money? I think she's just going to miss it, though. But Abby Caldwell, a class above. Well done. 207. Green going to stop it at 208. Here comes now Amy Robinson as well for a 2:12. Behind them there is Sophia Hanlon, and a plethora of athletes come through now to stop the clock. Stephanie Mundy there for a 2:18, but Abby Caldwell just looked that next touch of class above.
Bit of speed to kick off the season for Abby Caldwell there.
Gav Burren would have loved that. And our final 800 of the night. What's the money looking at?
The money's looking quick. As it was in the women's, it also does in the men. The money is looking quick. I was about to say, is that a pace racer? Pace racer.
He may be.
Or is that a pacemaker? No, it's just Adam Pike in the fluoro orange kit in lane 5. The incentive, so under 147, it's $500. Under 148.5, it's $250, and under 149.5, it is $125. So there may be a couple of boys in this race who will sort of give that a bit of a nudge.
You always got to watch Cobber Stevens on the outside, don't you? He just knows how to win races. So does Adam Pike. He usually puts himself at the back of races, but lately, over the last year at least, he's started to put himself at the front. So I'm going to be interested to see who gets to the line. I'm going to try and call this before 120 metres into the race. And I'm going to say that Riley... I hate that pick. I'm going to say...
I regret everything instantly.
I'm going to say Spencer Storen.
I'm going to go Thomas Scroggy. the haircut from St Kevin's in lane 6.
Yeah, that is a mad haircut.
You got to call it by the Athletics Victoria flags about 70 metres in.
Okay, I'm still going Spencer Storing.
I am still going Thomas Scroggy in lane 5.
Oh, wow.
Who is this?
Peter Holland.
Peter Holland of Doncaster.
My best mate.
I'm going Peter Holland.
Since started primary school and he's gone for it.
Oh, you could have made it 10.
Oh,
you knew that was
geez.
coming up.
He knew everything.
Jeez.
Ran a 5-second PB at Shield the other day, so he's in form.
Peter Holland's gone out in 25, so I hope your best mate's got some wheels to back this up, because Peter Holland is going to put Cobber Stevens to the test.
Well, he's a 4'8" man, so he's definitely got wheels.
All right, Peter Holland then. Don't want to mess around with him. Cobber Stevens tucked in beautifully behind him there, and your man Thomas Scroggy there. Mick, he's in third, going to lead him out.
Joshua Tran from Collingwood leading the second pack, but Cobber Stevens does bridge about 3, 4, 5 metres between packs as Adam Pike comes up to make that gap. 54, 55 seconds going through that first lap. They are looking pretty good for that $125 at least, around 149.5 as the train starts to attach all its carriages one by one. There's no gaps in the train at the moment. Cobber Stevens up on the shoulder of Peter Holland. Can he hang on? It's maybe that strength from Stevens as Adam Pike, 250 metres to go, gets up on the shoulder of both of them. There's fluoro singlets everywhere. I'm being blinded by the yellow and orange up the head of the field. 200 metres to go. Pike strides out. Stevens charges after. Take us home, Mitch.
Yeah, well, Adam Pike, no man in Victoria loves the slingshot approach more than Adam Pike, so he's coming around here, 100 metres to go. Look at the arms pumping right now. Adam the Ant, he's going to come down with 80 metres to go. Strides away, Cobber Stevens. He's not going to let him go easily, but Adam Pike is going to take out this men's A800. Watch the clock. I think they're going to just fall outside the money line, but Adam Pike takes it. Stevens there, Scroggy on the inside. A really gutsy performance there from Riley Bryce as well, as we see our early race leader, and Peter Holland come through for about a 150. Was it about 7 or 6 there? Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's a PB for Peter Holland, but Adam Pike, you could just almost call it from 350 metres to go. Once he got himself into that slot at third place, it was just bang time from there. So Adam Pike takes it out and shows them all. That's the reason why that he has been a national medalist before, Adam Pike. So well done to the boys. Cobber Stevens, geez, you could almost, every time he steps on a track, you think he's going to be top 3. Cobber Stevens, he's got that much heart. So that's it for our men's and women's 800.
Shout out to Josh Tran there. He's under 18. I think he finished 3rd. And Spencer Storer, and he's my age, finished in 4th in 154. Ooh. So not looking forward to racing him in the 1500 later in the season.
That's moving. That's a sure national qualifier.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He'll definitely be up there at States and Nationals. So,
wow. Yeah,
hopefully the 15s aren't tactical, because with wheels like that, he's just going to outkick us all.
Well, now you've just got a really good insight of what your competition might be doing in a few months' time, Isaac. That's good news. And that's moving at a young age.
Yeah, not bad.
54. I reckon I was running 206. Absolutely buried.
Your names are down on the records in the opposite the gym here at Box Hill, Mitch.
Oh, not
Pump him up, Isaac.
Imagine if you had dragons on back in your day.
Mitch just sets that up and sets it up for the spike, Isaac.
I'll pay you later, Isaac. Okay.
He left the candy by the doorstep and you took it.
Yeah, you said it too early.
Okay, we've got a...
Whacked into a bench seat. Okay. I'm going to keep walking past that because I've got to set it up. No. I have to be on the outside for the start.
So next event on the track is the first of our 3,000 metre events. It's the men's H 3,000 metres. It looks like there are 23 starters. Jake Bate minus from Mentone in 1, Marcus Bourne, also Tony Brain, Melbourne Uni, Brendan Cullen, Doncaster, John Curry, Doncaster, John Diol from Box Hill, Paris Gadsden, Melbourne Uni, Lachlan James, Richmond Harriers, Thomas Kernick, Knox, Harry Lynn, also James Lynn, Stephen Menz as well, James Morelli from Collingwood Harriers, from Yarra Rangers, Matthew Morrison, Eugene Nemesi from Collingwood, Jerry Eng from Melbourne University, Dylan Nutbean from Eltham College, from the Masters, Stephen Quirk, Isaac Sontag from Williamstown, from Richmond Harriers, Ashen Star, from Melbourne University, Greg Steele, Angus Thomas from Athletics Chilwell, and from Yarra Rangers, Michael Willie. So they're our 23 starters in the men's H3000.
And we're joining you back for the men's H3000, the first of 11 3,000 metres races for this evening. With Lachlan James from Richmond leading the way. He's going to run a solo 3K, 7.5 laps all by himself as he gaps the field by about 40 metres or so. So 2 laps in. And we'll get onto the PBs for the field, see what sort of time we're aiming for. A few more super shoes can be seen as the distance gets longer. Bit more foam underfoot as there are a few more laps to run. So 1K will be running about 3:20, so 10 minutes will be the mark that our leader, Lachlan James, will hoping to be run. His training partner in Ashen Star from Richmond is right up the head of the field around that 10-minute mark as well. With the whole pack back-ended by a couple of young Williamstown athletes. 7.5 laps, a long way for a couple of 12 or 11-year-olds. I'm sure they've been training hard in the off-season.
So 3 laps down, 4 to go. So Lachlan James, PB of 10:30. So all he needs to do is hang on to this pace. He'll collect himself a 20 to 30 second PB, even if he slows down by 30 seconds over the next kilometre and a half. Still looking good. Also, I was about to say Eugene Nemesi in next position, but he's not. And Eugene's about 10th way down the field. Isaac Sontag from Williamstown running a strong race in that first pack as well, but it is all Lachlan James. As he goes through 4 laps, 3.5 to go. All of these athletes in the field, 10 minutes 30 for 3K and above. Ranging between 10:30 and 12 minutes. So they are quite strung out, as the times would suggest. There might be a bit of tour throwing further back in the pack, but we are following Lachlan James, who has taken this race as an absolute time trial. His potential training partner or definite club mate in Ashton Star. Oh, actually, that's... No, it is Ashton Star. Gareth Ward is out there for Richmond as well, somewhere deeper in the field. Lachlan James, 2 kilometres, or almost 2 kilometres, 1.8 kilometres in 6 minutes and 12 seconds. So 2 kilometres down, 3 laps to go, or 2.5 laps to go, 6 minutes 50. So only slightly slowed down on the original pace of that 3 minute 20 per K. Still looking goods for a PB though of about 10, 20, maybe even 30 seconds for Lachlan James from Richmond out at the head of the field. Ashton Star as well, 10:40, his clubmate from Richmond, who's in second position right now, PB of 10:40, so he's going to go well under that range as well. As the other athletes in the train charge towards the front of the field, there's a few super shoes out here, a bit of foam underfoot, as we see Dylan Nutbean coming in third position. Chasing second. So Nutbean of Eltham College, independent athlete. 10:30 is his seeded time and will finish in around that if he can have a strong last 600 metres. And I don't think the distance has got any wider or smaller for the whole race between Lachlan James and his teammate in Ashen Sin. Nutbean trailing strong as well. And the athlete from Knox in Thomas Koenig. All aiming for under 10:30 to 10:40, and they will all get there, mark my words. $500 metres to go. As the sun has well and truly dipped here at Box Hill Athletics Track. The lights are out. Lachlan James, 9 minutes with 1
lap to go. Ashen Star as well. Trailing 9:05, 9:06. Nutbean, Kernick, Nemesi. Heading for under. 10:30, 10:40. Now the train of athletes, 9:30 with 1 lap to go. They're all heading for under 11 minutes, as a lot of them have entered their seed time as. Lachlan Scott absolutely put a clinic on how to time trial a distance race and just run metronomic laps. 200 metres to go, and he'll definitely collect a PB here at Box Hill Athletics Track. Enters the home straight. 10:30 is the time that Lachlan James is looking for. He's been checking his watch lap after lap after lap. He knows what he should be running his laps in, and he's been well under that. 10:20 for Lachlan James. Collects PB by 10 seconds. His teammate in Star, 10:25. 10:26 for Kernick, and 10:28 for Nutbean. Followed by Jerry Ung, 10:33. Nemesi, 10:34. So many athletes under 10:45. So many athletes under 11 minutes. Strong running for the first race of the night. Of the 3,000 metres, that is. If you just tuned in, we've had about 28 other races. They've all been 800 metres. 450 athletes racing tonight. The biggest Meet 1 attendance or athlete attendance that Vic Milers Club has ever had. But what a way to kick off the season coming out of lockdown. .450 athletes across 30 races. And this is the first of 11 3,000 metre races for the night. And it's about the 7th of 35 super shoes that you'll find on the track as well.
They're racking up, Mick.
I'm almost second guessing my decision to wear spikes later on.
Do you have super shoes here? That's
I do. I shouldn't have brought them. I should have committed. I mean, they're no dragonflies, but they're pretty super.
Yeah. But I mean, what are dragonflies, really? Only dragonflies. And Izak Bibile's incredible amount of shares in it.
Okay, GT said how long until the A races. So the A races for the 3,000 metres, 9:30 for the women, 9:43 for the men's A races in the 3,000 metres. Thanks, GT.
Harvey, hold on, we need to go back to that. That's pretty important. Harvey Anderson is a god.
Look at the mullet on Harvey
well
Anderson.
Then.
That's fresh.
Harvey Anderson.
Right. Got some
Good
fans
for
out
you.
there. Another strong comment that's just come through as well. Black singlet and mullet to finish strong. Heard he's been training in gumboots to strengthen the legs. Don't mind that. Who was it? Cliff Young, who did the ultra marathon in gumboots.
Yep.
Rate that comment. Okay, that's the second best comment of the night.
What's gone down as your first?
Oh, it's Josh Hawks. Oh, there you go, Jocks. The dragonflies cutting off the internet. Everyone stop wearing them. Please let everyone know.
He actually knows, though. Well, women's C3000 is on right now. 23 women are going to toe the line here for this race. And we'd rip through all the names, but I don't want to keep you up till tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll see the names come up on the screen.
Yeah, they'll be there.
23 athletes toeing the line.
Put your pick in now. I'm going Stella Crawford Rust.
You're not looking at any PBs or stats or anything like that?
You're
going off
this name. this list.
Name? All right, I reckon Crystal Sharp.
I like it. Go again.
Going with Ashley Tregus, Box Hill runner, Sass Track runner.
You're so loyal. Spice it up.
Got her back in the squad.
Sam, spice it up.
Yeah. Just Sam it up.
Just Sam it up. Just spice her it up.
I do not want to make that a thing.
How many track club athletes will we see tonight from the Spicer stable?
Well, we saw 3 all run together at the front of a race. So he's obviously given them very clear instructions. Go to the front and make sure the singlets are seen.
Yeah.
Not a bad tactic.
And also print bigger names on singlet.
More Spicer.
That's the second edition, the next run of Spicer Track Club, which will be STT across the front, big letters. STC.
STT.
STT.
He's actually a very loyal follower of this in Jack Davies. And he wants to get in on the Spicer chat. And he's just texted me and said, Sam, spice it up. I don't mind that.
It's not bad.
Quit your day job, Davies. All right, it's time. So we're underway. And it's Stella Crawford-Russ to the front.
No, it is not. It is. Well done, Mitch. Well done, well done.
Yep. Stella Crawford-Russ going to lead out the other 22 women in this C3000. A few popular names amongst the ranks of Milers Club, I will say. I feel like I say that every race, but everyone just loves Milers Club, so it checks out. Right behind her there is Greta Ashley and also Olivia Twining or Twinning. They've gone through.
Do you reckon she will be tonight?
Well,
Maybe.
maybe. The night is young. As these 23 women make their way around through the first of 7.5 laps of fun.
Oh, they're having an absolute ball out there, Mitch. If you
Yeah.
think they're not, you'd be wrong.
Crazy.
You'd be wrong.
Then you've got rocks in your head.
What would you rather be doing at 7:48 on a Thursday night?
Homework. I don't know. It's flabbergasted. 1:23. Stella Crawford-Russ looks at the watch and goes, tick. I've done that one.
Hey, shout out to Coach Sophie Elliott, who's watching a number of her athletes racing around the track tonight. So thanks for tuning in, Soph. And yeah, I bet you're keeping a close eye on those Haileybury College athletes racing across the night. Wonder if any are in this race.
There's got to be a few. Is it starting to get spaced out early here? So not even through 800, and we seem to have formed 2 different packs. At the front of it is Stella Crawford-Russ, coached by Nick Bowden, one of the great men of athletics. 2:07 through the 600. So they're certainly moving through a nice, consistent pace there. There's about a lead pack. I'm going to throw a blanket over it and go, there's 14 in that lead pack.
Are you going to throw a blanket, then count it to make sure, or just throw
count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think it's 12.
12, okay.
Okay, not bad. Not a bad blanket throw. Stella Crawford-Russ now going to get a little bit of company on the outside there, so might be able to get the beneficiary now of just tucking into the rail. The pace is picking up, so they're going to try and find their rhythm. They're going to try and find the speed here and find where it is comfortable for them, and it's a contingent of Melbourne University, I believe, getting towards the front.
A couple of Yarra Rangers as well.
Working in packs.
All
You'd
white.
like to see it.
If they keep running really fast, they'll be all white.
Yep. Oh, my God. Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
Yeah,
now.
Davies actually just texted me that line, and he said, say this, it will be funny.
Yeah. They'll laugh, I swear.
Yeah. So
if anyone's got any good dad jokes, drop them in the YouTube or the Facebook. I would personally love to hear them. Quick question. Are uncle jokes a thing? Because I've newly become an uncle, and I want to know whether or not they're a thing.
It can be your thing, Mitch.
I could bring it in.
Why not?
Isaac, you are such an ideas man. If you weren't taller than me, I'd respect you a lot more. So Bucky Smith going to lead them out. On the outside of her there is Prendergast. And our Yarra Rangers athletes are tucked in, as you mentioned, Mick.
We've got Abby Hindman and Olivia Twinning.
So this group is working really well. They've sort of dropped the rest of the 23 away ever so slightly. Have gone through the K now. We'll try and get some PBs here as well. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that hurts. I'm a bit old. Okay. Let's go. Everyone can hear me typing, so that's good.
There's plenty of them out the front of the field helping each other out, which is what you want in these distance races. When you're running so many laps, you don't want it to be by yourself. Although Lachlan James did in the race before, and I don't know, maybe he didn't want it to be that way, but he ran. Okay, you can run a PB by yourself. He's proven it, but it's not the way you want to run a PB. Put it that way.
Oh goodness, no. So Twining now comes around the front. Yarra Rangers 1-2, the 1-2 punch.
And Annabelle Coleman from Old Zavarians is breaking up the party out the front of the race. Don't run wide for too long, please. There we go. She overtakes and sits in third position. So Annabelle Coleman sitting nicely on the heels of our two Yarra Rangers athletes.
So 10:59 is the fastest seed time into this Women's C3000. And my maths isn't great, so I'm going to have to ask Isaac to do it for me once they roll through the 2K. But these women are looking incredibly comfortable. And look at this now. It's been blown right out of the water. So we had a nice, comfortable bunch, and everyone was going, geez, how good's the 3K? And now there's a lot of them thinking, well, maybe I'll never do this again. So as they start to come through now.
5:38
for
the mile, so that's about 3:30 pace.
Oh, jeez, he's good. He is good. So I get the youth in here. So 3:30 pace. Yeah, so they're on. They're well and truly on for a PB here. They're about 30 seconds under what they've put in as their seed time. So these women are on their way to a fantastic start to their 2021-2022 domestic season, and it is coming at the hands right now of Olivia Twining with her teammate, I guess you could call him, or training partner potentially. I don't know. I'm going to make a guess. Guys, we've got to see Mick off. He's about to go break 9 minutes for the 3,000. It's very exciting. As Abby Hindman's right behind her there, and our lone Old Zavarians athlete in Annabelle Coleman, just tucked in beautifully there. Now, Isaac, where would you want to be in this race right now? I actually do think Annabelle Coleman's got the prize position there in third place.
Yeah, third place is a spot to be, getting a good sit. There's not much wind out there, but if there is any, you're going to be covered from it.
Nice. You are spot on right now. So Twining leading it out. So she gets no wind assistance. So Twining they're just sending her to the wolves right now, and hopefully she survives through the wilderness. So Twining on the inside, going to have her teammate and training partner get right on the outside of her there. So maybe she will look to go around there in Abby Hindman. And no, she's happy to sit one out, one back. And the woman that I thought had the best position in Annabelle Coleman isn't happy with it. So she wants to get a little bit of piece of the party right now. So Coleman behind them there, Twining on the inside. Hindman now just starting to move around, and Coleman's going to latch on. So she can see that the move's there to be made, and she's going to go, hey, I want to be there when the disco ball gets dropped. Because she wants to dance. So she's right on the outside there of Hindman. Coleman just going to stick in there. Twining now as well, just tucked in beautifully in the middle. So if she can hold on, she may have one of the better executed races. And look at our athlete in fourth now. So I'm not sure whether she can bridge that gap back. They've got 2 laps to go here, reading on the clock. And it's Greta Ashley, who may be the one, as Mick said earlier, to come from the clouds. But it's our pack of 3 out there working beautifully. And it is now Hindman who gets around. Coleman behind her there, Twining in third. Greta Ashley sitting there in fourth place. May be the one to move.
Super shoes on the feet for Hindman as well.
Oof.
So
game over.
Going to have the advantage at the end.
Game over. You got the super shoes on.
Not the Nikes though.
Oh.
The Asics. The Meta Races, I believe.
Ooh. Okay. We might have to get a shoe review from Isaac a little later because he certainly knows a heck of a lot more than what I do. So Hindman on the inside. Coleman on the outside. She had that prize position in third. She's now swapped the prize position for the platinum position to get right on the outside there. So she's one out, one back, right on the shoulder there of Heinemann, who's done a bulk of the work over this last about 800 metres. Twining maybe just starting to feel the pinch a little bit. And I honestly, I don't know why, but I really feel like Greta Ashley may be able to pick up Twining here in the last 400 metres. But Heinemann now starting to put down the foot of authority. And let's see who's able to come straight back at it. It looks like it might only be Coleman. 400 metres to go. Our man at the clock there looks down and goes, get the bell right now because we're about to ring it. 9:11. It is Heinemann. Coleman behind her there. She's going to start to move away a little bit. Here's Greta Ashley. She got her right before we get into the last lap there. Twining going to have to grit her teeth. Coming through now is going to be Bucky Smith, but it is all a race of Heinemann and Coleman. 320 metres to go now. Heinemann starts to accelerate away a little bit. Coleman got to find something. Greta Ashley maybe might be able to make miracles happen. Do you believe? If you do, it could happen. But Heinemann starts to put the foot down. Shifts through the gears right now. Starting to move away with 250 metres to go. The last time on the back straight, and she'll be happy to hear that one. But Heinemann now, 200 metres to go. Certainly well and truly going to obliterate her PB here in the women's C3000. So Heinemann ahead of Coleman. Greta Ashley might be able to sneak up for a second there if she can just get the legs ticking over. Twining done well to hold on. Bucky Smith starts to drop back as we see our athlete now move up into fourth. But it is all Holdman. She's put about 25 metres now on Coleman. Has a look around. Greta Ashley. Geez, I called it about this point last lap, and so maybe she could get her way to Twining, but she might now be able to get Coleman. So Hyman moves out into lane 3. An absolutely dominating performance over the last, geez, you'd say about 850 metres of the track. Greta Ashley, though, finds another gear. Comes around for second place. Coleman going to hold on. 10:32. That's a 28-second PB there, if not more. Well done there also to Greta Ashley. Coleman now makes her way across the line. A phenomenal finish there from Chiffy Gray. And so too Twining, as Claire Hogarth now comes through. Bucky Smith behind her there. The rest of these ladies rounded out. Stephanie Thomas, beautifully raced there by Prendergast as well. Got herself up there early, but able to just maintain that composure. 11 minutes is about to tick over the clock. As we see Annabelle Smith, Stella Crawford-Rust. Well done, Stella Crawford-Rust. Marianne McSweeney. And a flying finish there from Crystal Sharp. So 11:13, so there's going to be a few PBs here in the women's C3000. Be quite a few happy women at that finish line. A lot of tired ones as well. That is what the 3000 will do to you. It just absolutely knocks you to pieces. Well done, ladies. Fantastic racing. As we see the rest of our 23-woman field start to come through now. Diol now, a great, great effort. As the rest of the field rolls their way through. Ashley Tregus now coming down to the line for Box Hill. Charlotte O'Brien. Melissa Sambrooks. And we still have one more athlete on the track with 200 metres to go in this, the Women's C3000 at the Victorian Milers Club. And Izak is sitting down. Look at Mick jog past. Goodness, he looks
there
good.
He goes. Just had his head in the live stream.
Yep, good.
Just see him.
So moves out wide here to finish off the women's C3000 metres. Ballarat YCW athlete in Ruby Sanders now going to finish it off just on that 13-minute mark. So well done to Ruby. As our men's G 3,000 metres stands on the line for 7.5 laps of fun. I keep calling it laps of fun because if you call it laps of pain, it's just going to hurt everybody's feelings, isn't it? It's a bizarre night out there because I'm pretty sure it was meant to be thunderstorms and raining and just be absolutely horrendous, but I haven't seen it rain yet.
Looks like it could rain at any moment, but hopefully it doesn't.
Touch wood. Don't say that.
Yeah, we did opt to come inside and not opt to get out the second camera. It's not looking too good. It's not raining at all.
I reckon you made the right call. Because imagine you got caught out there in torrential rain. It would be a disaster. And I am soft, so I would complain.
I did call the second camera person and say, I'll let you off the hook tonight. Won't get you standing in the rain, but...
Who'd you have on this? Are you a fan of who you have on second camera? Or?
It's my brother. So
okay, yeah.
I'll say yes.
We might be right.
Going to miss us.
Wow. Isaac didn't curse us.
Yeah, so apologies for everyone watching at home for not getting the second camera angle. We'll be back out next time.
If you're not enjoying this, then you're a straight hater. Because Lockie, once again, has done a fantastic job.
You know who's not a hater of the channel, of the streams? Ranveer Gurja in this race.
Oh, Ranveer.
One of the biggest fans of athletics.
The biggest
he's out there right now.
Of athletics. Ranveer Gurja. With the pink headband on, you will not miss it. Wow, okay, we're starting hot here. We are starting fast, that's for sure. Well, we do have a 24-man field according to this start list, so there's always bound to be a few cowboys that get out there and absolutely let it rip through the first 200 metres. But these guys will settle into it quite comfortably here. A Mentone athlete who's more than happy to try and take the sting out of legs is Sammy Murray. And I apologise if I've got the names wrong, but I'm not very good at reading. So Murray going to lead him out. Cameron Ellis right behind him there, and beautifully tucked is Joshua Carlin. So we've got a few young'uns out here. Looks like there's a few boys maybe trying their hand over the 3,000 for the first time. What are they in for, Isaac, at 3,000 metres?
Oh, it's tough. I remember when I started doing them, it just feels like an eternity out there. It honestly feels like a long run.
Yeah, it is painful. There's no other way to describe a 3,000 than pain, I think. Look at Ranveer Gurja go. Flying the flag for Box Hill there in 5th place. Yep, counted that correctly. 5.
Even though he's sitting in, I don't think he's getting any cover from the wind.
No, I think all 6'3" of Ranveer may be just copping it right now. They've gone through in about 74. So they're on for 9-minute just over pace. Which is might be a little bit faster than the seeded times, but hey, they may be on to that pace.
If they can do that in a G race, we'll be on for something
fast
by the time we get to the A race.
It's going to be world record.
We should have got down.
Yeah, should have had another crack. Now, these are some of the best shorts going around in athletics here. Mr. Hong has
Pink
some phenomenal shorts. But it is all going to be our Mentone athlete, Ranveer Gurja. Just look at the size difference between Campbell Brooks and Ranveer Gurja. Ranveer Gurja could swallow Campbell Brooks. In fact, I hope the race isn't too long because he might do just that. So, Sammy Murray is not waiting for any man. He will take no prisoners. He's put about 35 metres into the rest of the field, which is actually, you know, don't get distracted. It's beautifully strung out. Everybody's got a little bit of room to be able to get through. But not Sammy Murray. He's going, I'm not interested. I'm here to run my own race. 2:30 there through 600, so certainly right on. But we're going to have a few little, I reckon we're going to have a few little lead changes here. I think this pack is going to really chop and change over the next kilometre, and then that last kilometre is going to be a survival mode. Sammy Murray, slow. Geez, I was going to say he's getting picked up, but I think I'd be talking out of pocket if I said that. So Sammy Mary's still going to lead him out.
He's on track for a sub 9:30, so if you can hold on to that, he could drag some of these guys through.
I'll tell you what, let's see. So Cam Ellis has come in with the fastest.
About 3:11 through the K, so 9:33 pace, which is pretty quick.
So he's got a 9:55 PB, Sammy Murray. So he's certainly well and truly on track to smash it out of the park.
Trying to have a look at what shoes he's got on as well.
Yeah, get your I think they're super shoes.
I think they're Next Percents.
Is that Does that count as a super shoe?
Oh, it is the super shoe.
Okay, that's the epitome of a super shoe.
Randview making the move there for Box Hill, the pink headband.
So they've sort of blown it apart a little bit. We're going to have to see our South Melbourne man try and bridge that gap back to the lead pack. Going to take a little bit of effort, though, there from Daniel Clark. But not that he can't do it. So now we're into a beautiful, beautiful rhythm right now. So Mr. Hong in the pink shorts. I'm fascinated. Absolutely fascinated. Ranveer Gurja sitting there in third. Almost as much of a cult hero as the man to my left. Izak Bibile.
I don't know if you can call me a cult hero.
Well, I'm buying into it. James Anderson leading him out, get a little bit of a gap. Here comes Ranveer Gurja, though. He's not letting him get too far away. I reckon watch out for Matthew Blashke as well from Mornington Peninsula. He's looking really good towards the back of that pack.
Got to look out for Daniel Chen in the all blue there. He's about a metre off the back of that pack there. Steve Ellinghouse, athlete. Should come home well.
Been training all right?
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while because I haven't been there for a while.
Yep.
But
tracks.
I'm assuming he's going pretty well because he's usually pretty consistent with his training.
Well, I'm right on him. Go Daniel Chen. But what I have to focus on right now is Jimmy Anderson. Not the English bowler. The Yarra Rangers athlete with hip number 1 on his left hip. Putting him to work. Putting the sword to him right now, honestly. He's asking a lot of questions and there's not a lot of answers. I think only 1 or 2 guys seem to have an answer. So it's going to be interesting how this shapes up as they come down with 3 laps to go. Jimmy Anderson. And I think behind him here...
Cameron Ellis.
Yeah.
It looks like.
You're spot on. It's Cameron Ellis.
Josh Carlin in third there.
And Ranveer, Mr. Hong. Blashke. Have a young fella down there as well by the name of Jasper Gay, I believe, as well. So size means nothing in athletics. It's all about your heart. And right now the man with the biggest one is Jimmy Anderson. So Anderson going to lead out Cameron Ellis.
Get the 2K split in just a second as they go down the back straight here. It's hard to tell if Anderson's picked up the pace or if everyone's fallen off.
I reckon he might have picked it up. He's gone 6:27 through the 2K
so
there.
That's about a 3:15 there.
Yeah.
Would have been quicker for him because he was sitting in that first K.
True.
So
yeah, he wasn't at the front.
He's definitely picked it up.
So he's here to make it a race right now. Maybe even could this be the fastest K of the race. It really looks like he's starting to put his foot down a little bit. And again, only Cameron Ellis is the man that can get right on the back of him. So, look, if nothing else, Jimmy Anderson's made it an honest race. And the only man who's truthful enough to come with it is Cameron Ellis. So Ellis now is only about 3 lengths behind him here. Jimmy Anderson, 7:05 on the clock with 2 laps to go. Watch out here as well for Joshua Carlin. Mr. Hong behind him there. Ranveer Gurja, Blashke too. Now coming on the outside is Greg Watson. And our favourite man in Jasper Gay, not too far behind them there. But we got to look at Jimmy Anderson. We got to look at Cameron Ellis. And right now, if I had to make a pick with 700 metres to go, I think I'm going to get on Ellis. Or is the absolute dark horse Carlin? I don't know. I don't think he's done with yet. I don't think he's done with yet.
Closing the gap.
Well, I think even Mr. Hong and Ranveer Gurja, Blashke, they're all working well, really well with 600 metres to go now. And here he comes now. So Cam Ellis now is going to start to strengthen. He's going to lengthen his stride a little bit. He's going to get on the outside. Might give him a tap on the shoulder and say, thank you so much. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. It's time for Cameron Ellis to take control. 500 metres to go. Big boy stuff now. Jimmy Anderson done a lot of it. Cameron Ellis behind him there. Joshua Carlin got a little bit of room to make up. Mr. Hong not far. Blashke goes around Ranveer Gurja. So now we're going to start to move. This is where it really becomes a race. 8:22 maybe. Give us 23 on the clock. Puts his wrist up and he says, that's the time I wanted to see. So he's getting the photo taken out in front. 350 metres to go now for Jimmy Anderson. Can he get it moving? Cameron Ellis not too far behind him, though. He's right on the back of him. It's going to take a lot from Jimmy Anderson to keep him out, I reckon. Anderson got the head wobbles. Ellis looking strong. So Anderson now starts to get 1 metres, make it 2, 3, 4. Skipping stones, he starts to move away, Jimmy Anderson. Ellis not too far away, though. He won't let the band snap. Anderson, though, he's got the beneficiary of not exactly knowing what's behind him. Cameron Ellis now right on the outside, knocking away. He might even just smash down the door. The only man who can close it is Jimmy Anderson, and closes where it stays. So 180 metres to go. Jimmy Anderson. Ellis right behind him there. Puts his head down. Says, give me a little bit of something. But Jimmy Anderson's going to take it all away from him, I think, here. 120 metres to go. The head wobbles must mean that he's about to launch himself into the stratosphere, because that's what he's doing now. Jimmy Anderson moves out. Doesn't move. Glides out inside of lane 3. Jimmy Anderson. He's done it here. I called it Cameron Ellis, and I should have called it Jimmy Anderson. Well done there. Anderson takes it out 9.33. Ellis behind him there at 9.34. Look at this now. Mr. Hong going to come around the outside, right on the outside of our young fella there in
Josh Carlin.
Josh Carlin. Ranveer Gurja comes through for a 9.48.
PB for
he
him.
is stoked with that.
First sub 10 for Ranveer.
Well, he is absolutely chuffed, and so he should be. So the rest of the fellas come through now. We have some little ass athletes coming through, definitely for their first ever. And Lucas Paminger.
Plenty of sub 10s in that race.
Heaps of sub 10s, and there weren't a lot seeded under 10 either. Here comes Chen.
It's fought right till the end.
And he'll take a 10.18, I would think. That's a great run.
He'll be happy with that.
And Jared Traub coming through now. Our final athlete here in this men's G3000 is going to be Aiden Muscat with a 10.30. So there's a hot G3000. Let me tell you. 22 men in the next men's F. Better be on notice. So 22 men on the start line. Can't believe the rain's going to miss us, boys. This is
very
phenomenal.
lucky for the races.
Now, look, I know everybody at home's having a great time watching. If you don't like the commentary, that's fair enough. But if you really want to get involved in racing, you're sitting back home, you're going, geez, this looks like a bit of fun. I could get myself out there and have a crack. Then come right on down. You don't have to sign up to a club. You can do it as an invitational athlete, but signing up for a club is obviously incredibly advantageous because you get a good sense of community. Highly recommend Box Hill, but, you know, go wherever's closest to you.
Best club out there.
Yeah, it's the best club.
We train at the
Victoria.
home of PBs.
This is it. You get to train here every week. Pinch yourself, because that is a dream come true. But get down, get amongst it. Always welcome down at the Victorian Milers Club and also at Athletics Victoria as we get underway in the men's F3000. And again, here are the Cowboys. So they're going to go out hot. I shouldn't call them Cowboys because they might be phenomenal. In fact, one of my favourite people in athletics is back racing, Alan Vernal of Athletics Nunawading.
And we've got a pacer in this race, but Archie Hewitt's gone in front of him.
Archie Hewitt says, I don't need a pacer. I'm Archie Hewitt. I'll pace myself. So Archie Hewitt's just opted not for the pacemaker. But I have a feeling the pacemaker may try and pick him up. It looks like. And the boys are going, could we maybe tone it back a little bit? But Archie Hewitt, he has no time for pacemaking. Alan Vernal going to be the one to tuck in behind the pacemaker there and lead out the contingent of 21, or 20, I should say, other 3,000-metre competitors here in the men's F3000.
About 5 or 6 of them all from Diamond Valley.
Boy.
Just a few.
Do you think they could be training partners?
Oh, there's a good chance.
I reckon I mean, there's a massive, massive chance.
Might see some team tactics coming on later.
Can I say it's been disappointing? It's actually, that's a 69. So
sub
that
3
is,
pace.
yeah. Don't worry about Mick going sub 3. I mean, 9. We might see it here in the men's F3000. The disappointing part of tonight, there's Nathan Pearce has just walked past. I take back my handsome comment. Jeepers. Nah, he's a handsome man.
Great man, Logan Janetsky, one of the best mullets going around.
The Janetsky brother.
Yeah.
Actually sounds like a band. I think the Tedeschi brothers are a band, so that would be... Anyway, that's useless information for everybody. Not as many great haircuts at this Milers Club. I don't know what's happening. Everyone's cleaned up post-lockdown, which is a little bit disappointing. And our pacemaker's now to the front. So Archie Hewitt's had to maybe just have a look and go 69, maybe a little bit too fast. But now he gets the benefit of being able to tuck in. So Alan Vernal poised beautifully behind the pacemaker there. Beautifully. And they're nicely spaced out, these boys. Have we got any... You got any comment? This is the time now to really launch your comments.
While you look for them, quick shout out to Jerry, who was in, I think, the first 3K race. He's the host of the Jez and Friends show, the podcast.
Oh.
Very good podcast. Doesn't just interview runners, just athletes of all types and people of all types, really. But
so definitely doesn't just interview runners.
There you go. Our own Lachie Rayner's been on there.
Yeah, he's a good man, and he was out there racing before. Gets around his athletics.
Yeah, you might have to hotspot here. That's to use his own now. We'll put the apprentice to work. So here we go. The pacemaker's gone. Joel Fitzgerald steps right around him. Steps over Tyrone Lue. Does Joel? I hope somebody understands that reference. And he's just going to go straight to the front. So he's going to leave the pacemaker behind him there. Alan Vernal tucked in nicely. We're starting to see this sort of spread out a little bit. So we got a really good pack towards the back of this 22-man field. But right now, Joel Fitzgerald. So we've had the pacemaker lead. We've had Joel Fitzgerald lead. We've had Archie Hewitt lead. I'm pretty sure Alan Vernal led for a little bit there. So we are on a merry-go-round of race leaders at the moment. I can't wait to see who the next one is that just pops out. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. 346 through 1200. So certainly well on pace for some PBs here. And let's look up exactly what those PBs are. Or do our best. You know, that's all we can do here. Okay, not going to tell me. Beautiful. Yes, it is. Blake Barnes, you are our fastest seated athlete at 9:30.0. So Barnes, the old Jimmy. And who's our man here? That is Brodie Nankervis, sitting there right behind the pacemaker. It is still also Joel Fitzgerald.
He's Josh Hawks. He's a wizard with the comments. His latest one. You'd think the 800s are still on with these starts. Very true.
Hawksy, you've been unbelievable, mate.
He's carrying the live stream comments.
He actually might be best on.
Gonna have to pin one of these comments.
I don't even know how to do that. Let's let the wizard do it. Let's just let the wizard take care of it. As you see, these boys now start to space away. So they're, I believe, if my maths is correct, which it might not be, but they're a lap away from 2K.
That would be correct.
Yes. That is great. That Trinity education shining through. So our pacemaker's still in, so I don't know what they've told him to go to, but he's doing his absolute best. And we're going to have another... So Fitzgerald's going to take a step back. And this... What is this singlet? It's kind of cool for Nankervis. So I was about to call him Toby Nankervis, but... Brodie Nankervis now tucked in nicely behind the pacemaker. Melbourne Uni athlete behind him there. Alan Vernal, bit of a metronome. And look at this. Look at this great contingent of athletes here. Leading out by Rossiter. So Rossiter's going to lead these guys out. And look smooth whilst doing it. So look at this. It's starting to get blown out. Isaac already waving. J-Mac holding my painting. of all things.
Good pace, Dane and Kane going well.
So into the last kilometre now, coming down. I'm sorry, missed the 2K split.
And so our pacemaker is still cooking.
He looks comfortable as well.
He does. Is he going to finish? Oh!
Oh.
Okay, every time we say something, the opposite happens. Because right now, Brodie Nankervis looks the best out of anyone. So Nankervis, Show Waller behind our man Alan Vernal. As we start to see Joel Fitzgerald slip back a little bit, but my goodness. Brodie Nankervis. He's a man in a boys' race right now. So Brodie Nankervis, I think I'm not surprised to see this, but Alan Vernal's going to be the one to try and chase and lead it. We'll see whether or not he can peg him back. But Brodie Nankervis. Take a look around, he might not see anybody at this rate. So he looks like he's almost just broken out into a full sprint with 600 metres to go. Teach me how to do that. Alan Vernal starting to get past just on the outside there. Joel Fitzgerald starting to slip off this pack of three. I would say chasing Brodie Nankervis, but they're almost chasing a ghost if that's the case, because Brodie Nankervis is going, gone. So 1 lap to go. He's going to hear the sweet, sweet sound of the bell. I reckon this man really wants to run under 9 minutes. I don't think he's going to get there, but his PB's 9:35. So realistically, whatever he gets here is going to be sensational. Vernal, inside of him there is McCarthy of Diamond Valley. In front of them was Show Waller of Melbourne University. So Brodie Nankervis, I don't know whether he's extended, but he's certainly maintained if he's done nothing else. As we start to see the rest of our 22-man field make their way around, there's no lappings here, so everyone who's come past is on their last bell lap. Brodie Nankervis, 200 metres to go. 8:33. Actually got wheels, though. So here we go. Brodie Nankervis. She's going to absolutely move away from Show Waller. Alan Vernal starting to feel the pinch a little bit there, I would say, as he slips back into fourth. But Nankervis is going to give it everything he's got. He's not going to quite get to that 9-minute mark. Look at the grimace on his face, though. You've never seen a man want it more than Brodie Nankervis. Victoria strapped across his chest there. You know who he's doing it for. You cannot lock this man down. Dan Andrews has no place on Brodie Nankervis's track. Can't be locked down. Undone at 9:07. Massive PB there from Brodie Nankervis. Get that man a medic. And comes through now is that Tyler Murphy? Geez, Tyler Murphy launched himself. Alan Vernal in 9:20. That's nothing to sneeze at. Blake Barnes making his way through there. So too now is Dylan Littlejohn. Joji Mori. Brodie McCarthy. We start to see the tail end of the field. So these guys all managed to stick together, which is pretty impressive. So Axel Caldo going to round it out at a 9:45. So not a lot of spread for a 3K, actually. That was all pretty tightly bunched. But I'll tell you what, Brodie, not Toby, Nankervis. Absolutely smoking it there in that men's 3,000. All right, the men's E3000. I've been informed. Where are you? Bang. Number 17 on his hip. Michael Masseni out there. Now, I've told him and I've told the world that he's going to break 9 minutes. So I have no doubt in my mind that this man's going under 9 minutes right now. So let's see the rest of this pack form out. No pacemaker, which Mick would be flat on because he's been talking about pacemaking for a long time. And unfortunately, he didn't get one. So Andrew Lego going to be the man at the front, about 33 seconds through it. So certainly not messing around. Mick has gone. He has opted for the spikes. Thought the super shoes honestly might get a run, but sadly they did not. So Lego going to lead them out. Young Leighton Hewitt behind him there in second. We'll try and get a proper name on him, but this is already stretched out. So I have a feeling Lego is not, yeah, well, he's not because we're at 65 seconds already. So we're going to go with 69. Yep, that's pretty quick. Okay, well and truly on for under 9 minutes then. And let's see how these boys all pan out. It's beautifully spaced. They got heaps of real estate to be able to find their feet throughout this first K. I can't not think of Chris Brown when I look at Lego because that's his like greatest thing that he says in his music. So now I can't not say Lego. But he's leading them out. I want to see who this Leighton Hewitt is for Old Scotch. I believe it's Rory Varley. And then right behind him there is Luke Hunter. Behind Luke Hunter is Raymond Jansen.
Kalen Long, SAS track athlete behind him.
There we go. You've never seen a man love his squad more than Izak Bibile.
Got to talk him up.
Yep. That is it's a true compliment. Steve Ellinghouse will be in the house somewhere here.
He'll be on the Ellinghouse bend.
You will not hear him. Yeah. Yellow hat.
Oh, I think he had the yellow hat on tonight. He's been wearing the Stanford hat lately.
Oof.
And, of course, plenty of Melbourne Demons gear.
Oh, that's grim. Oh, well. Celebrate it while you can. Lego is still leading them out. This pack of 24. We'll make it 20 because there are a few just off the back of this pack. But Lego done a bulk of the work as he's going to come down to greet the first kilometre.
He's in the super shoes as well.
Super shoes. Yeah, give us the count here, Isaac. Because I've got no idea what super shoes even
We've got a pair of next percents in first, Dragons in second, Next in fourth, and then I reckon I can see a few more in the middle of the pack.
Right.
Plenty of Dragonflies in there as well.
God, those bloody Dragonflies.
Man knows his shoes.
He honestly does. Knows them better than anyone. You put that into school, Isaac, and you're gonna smash your ATAR. I'll tell you what.
Well, I did a project on next percents a few weeks ago actually at school.
Oh my God. So you do have stocks in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was about episode 18, I reckon, of your podcast where you ranked your top 5 shoes.
Can't even remember what I said.
You did the ranking.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You know what you said.
I reckon number one would have been the next percents. Or maybe the Dragons. They would have been 1, 2 probably.
I've never run in either of them.
No, you think I know about shoes? Co-host of the podcast, Will McAlinden, knows everything about every shoe.
Do you want to give him a shout out, a bigger one?
Go chuck Will McAlinden a follow on Strava.
Get on his shoes.
He's a genius when it comes to shoes. He was telling me he was at Nike the other day buying a new pair of shoes and had to tell off the assistant at Nike for giving him wrong information.
Oh, that's grim. Come on. What's his name?
Will McAlinden.
Come on, Will. You can't be telling off retail stuff. That's just... They're called next percents, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's just next level.
Typical runner, shoe nerd.
Just chuck them on your left and right foot and see how you go. Look at Raymond Jansen coming from the pack. So this is going to heat up now. You can feel it. So as we move around, I think after this lap, they'll be hitting the 2K mark. Maths is getting pretty good. So this is nearly a full field still in this race, just by the way. We've only got 3 athletes not in this pack out of a 24-athlete field. So good luck calling where everybody is. Fascinated with the movements of Mick Masseni at the back, actually just stalking. Oh, we've almost had a tumble in the 3K. That's going to come at the feet of Bryn Lonergan. So Lonergan just trying to clear out some space. Look at the smallest competitor. Actually, I've seen this man run at the state championships, and that is Alec Fransky. He's tougher than I could ever be, Fransky. So I cannot wait to see what he does. A little bit more chopping and changing. So these guys are desperately trying to find a spot as they're about to make their way up to 2K. So this is the real grit and grind Memphis Grizzlies era right now of the race. This is where you've really got to ask yourself a few questions. You start to see polka dots. You start to think, geez, is this all worth it? And it always is. So these boys, they're going to get moving now, loving the positioning of Raymond Jansen of Waverley. So 6:09, let's say, maybe 6:10 as they come through the 2K. So let's see if we can get some wheels happening, or is it going to come late? We're going to see it launch from the 1K, or is it going to be a kick finish? Because right now, I know they're spreading it out, but there's still a lot in it.
Well, Raymond's got a pretty quick 800. I'm pretty sure he was state bronze medalist earlier in the year for the under-17s. So if it comes down to the last lap, he's definitely going to be right in it.
He's got to have that aerobic capacity there to have it there. He's got to have it there. He might be tapped. I'm loving Alec Fransky. He's still on the back. This bloke is an absolute weapon. We have a new race leader, though, and it's Lockie Welch. So Lockie Welch, geez, he's got some of the nicest running form I've ever seen.
And some of the nicest shoes as well. The next percents.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You can see him from a mile away.
Boy. Jeez, Lockie, you had me up until I found out you were in the next percents. But Welch, he goes to the next percent right now. He finds it. He says, shoes, give me a little bit. They said, how about a little bit more? So Vial behind him there. Raymond Jansen, you said here, Isaac, that he's got some serious wheels. He's putting himself into position to be able to use them, hopefully, over this last 600.
Yeah, well, he's got the strength as well. You can find him at Fernie on Sunday mornings often for the long run. So if you can run up those hills, you should be able to find some strength to run a pretty fast last 600 here.
Brother of Cillian, who was a great runner as a junior. So obviously got the pedigree to be able to see this race out. But he's just got to hold on here. But Lockie Welch is trying to get rid of everybody before the last lap. But I don't think he's quite dropped them off. So that elastic band is still certainly intact. Vial starting to feel the pinch maybe a little bit. Our man on the inside there is Andrew Carey. So Carey going to try and remove himself away from this pack. But he might actually bring Jansen in. So Welch is going to lead it out, 7:55. So let's see if they can get moving. Welch now, he's got about 20 metres there on Carey. Jansen behind him. Vial maybe not done with yet. Might have called that one a little bit too early. But it's Welch. 300 metres to go. Extends away. The arms are pumping. The next percents have been kicked into gear with 300. Vial, I called him dead, but call him the resurrector, because here he comes with 300. Up the back straight for the last time. Raymond Jansen, like the prized racehorse now, is going to fly from the clouds. It's Vial and Jansen. Welch might have run his race already with 200 metres to go. A mighty effort for 2,800. Vial, geez, I thought he was down and out, but he's actually back. 8:30 on the clock. He might be able to dip under for the first time. Raymond Jansen, let's see the Izak Bibile tip. Can he get that legs moving with 150? Welch not done with yet. Vial on the outside. Got the backwards hat. He means business. Vial on the outside. Welch on the inside. Raymond Jansen, maybe he can get moving. Raymond Jansen going to try and split the middle. Vial on the outside. Raymond Jansen, take your hat off. Izak Bibile, not yet. Vial's got him. Salute the crowd and said, how do you like them apples? I hope you like them sweet, because that was beautiful. Vial, Jansen, Welch. Welch loves it. Look at him. Absolutely beside himself. Where's Mickey boy? There he is. 9:19. Should have gone the next percents.
Should have.
Murray Lavas behind him there in a 9:20 as well. So I don't know if that's a PB for Muzz, 9:20.
Yeah,
just outside.
Off.
Great start to the season, though.
Yeah.
Underrated first race of the year.
Almost had my first correct prediction of the night.
You were close. I thought you had it there. And
So
you
did
know
I.
what? You called it from a fair way out. So I would have had to have given it to you as well, which would have pained
Oh,
me.
yeah, Raymond was close.
It would have
Just didn't have it in
pained
the
me
end.
to have to admit. But I would have.
Jeez, the race is starting to get pretty quick.
Well, talking about speed, we've got the women's B 3000 coming up. A few fast women in here. Fikey Vanderkamp knows how to win. Saskia Lloyd, Abby Goldsworthy, DaCosta Alves, Imogen Bakker. Got a great selfie going on in this commentary booth as well right now. Don't think I didn't see that. The Laven sisters. Boy. Strap in. The Laven siblings creating demons. Vial is stoked. I reckon he's high-fived every person at the track after that 9:01. And fair enough. I'd be pretty stoked too. So the women's B 3022 stellar women. I haven't looked at any PBs, but I'm going to say, going off name, or maybe I should go. I'm going Imogen Bakker. Fikey Vanderkamp. Pretty fast though. No matter who takes it out, it's going to be quick. We'll try and get the PBs here. Let's see what we're working with. There we go. Oh, I promise you, I had not seen that PB. 10:25 is moving. Definitely glad I said Imogen Bakker. 10:22 is apparently the fastest seed time on this list. A lot of young athletes in here as well. 16, 17, 19-year-olds, 14. We've got a 13-year-old. So a great depth of running in this field. Lights on at Box Hill just hits different. And we're away. Yeah, it's a bit dingy over at the 300-metre start. Yeah, need to light up the selling house, Ben.
Steve brings the light to that corner with his yellow hat.
Lights. Yeah. Oh, he hasn't brought his floodlights out. Really does. Bit bright, but a bit bleak. Selling Houses Australia, always own that corner. So we're going to go 4 wide to find a spot. And desperately wanting to get to the front is Pippa Gay, our youngest athlete in the field. This is 13-year-old Piper or Pippa. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. What do you reckon? P-I-P-E-R? Piper? Piper. Okay. Piper Gay. 13 years old. Going to take it to the women behind her. Because as Tim Crosby said, why not? So look at that. That is nicely spread out. There's no reason not to get a clean run through this first 400 metres because Piper Gay has set it up on a silver platter in the women's B 3000. So we're going to rock it through here in 1:19. Here we go. Isaac, give me the math, please.
1:19, that's pretty much 3:20 pace. So right on track for about 10 minutes.
That is moving. Because I'm pretty sure, yep, 10:22 is the fastest seed time.
Well, you can expect the first lap to be a bit quicker than the rest, so it probably will settle down to about that pace.
I don't know, I reckon. We've got a metronome out the front. Piper Gay. Right behind her there is now Bianca Puglisi. Imogen Bakker from Mornington Peninsula, not far away at all. So you haven't really lost anyone here. just going to spread themselves out. So to the front now, I believe, is Puglisi. So she's going to try and get a little bit of pace kept in this race. But they haven't really dropped off that much, I don't think. Let's see. If they go through around 240, they're right on it. 241. So they've kept it around that. As you said, Isaac, they did drop off a little bit after the first injection of pace in the first lap, but pretty consistent on a cracking night here at Box Hill. But look at that. Piper Gay doesn't really want to give up too much room. So Puglisi's going to lead him out. Piper Gay behind there. In third place. Now Piper Gay's back. Okay. This is going to be a cat and mouse challenge, I reckon. Abby Goldsworthy right behind them there.
3:21 for the K, so 10:03 pace at the moment.
Okay. Georgia Laven going to lead out Imogen Backer. Saskia Lloyd on the inside behind them. A good pack. Doncaster athlete as well, now starting to move around. Rachel White, another young athlete. So the young athletes are just not afraid at the moment. They're running with absolutely no fear whatsoever. And they're going to try and make this pace fast. Puglisi back in the lead. So the cat and mouse is going to continue, I think, for a little while. Goldsworthy behind them there. They're starting to move away from that secondary pack. And well and truly under that PB pace still.
You're right about the metronomic pace.
Yep.
They're right on it here.
These two are just going to swap it. Whoever wants to lead it can have it.
It's a good thing for the pace because it means that it's going to stay honest. It's going to keep pushing each other.
Yeah.
It's not going to slow.
Absolutely. It means everyone else just has to try and play catch up. They know what the pace is at. They know what the time is. To see whether or not they can drag quite a few through for a PB. I reckon this third pack now, I'll call it, may be able to try and pick up a little bit of pace. But Puglisi, Gay, behind there is Laven. On the outside of her, both Lavens. Both the Laven sisters are going to work together. So maybe they're a dangerous duo. I don't know. If I was running next to my brother, I'd probably try and push him off the track. So I'm impressed that there's been none of that tonight. But Puglisi puts the foot down almost. Piper Gay doesn't have too much of a response at this point as they go around the back straight. So Puglisi going to try and make the race honest from a long way out. Piper Gay giving her about 15, 20 metres of room at the moment. Laven twins behind them there. And let's see if we can find somebody from this third pack to really assert themselves into this race. But I think it's going to take a lot of effort to try and slow down Puglisi or catch up. Because right now, she's looking the goods.
Just a couple laps ago, the race wasn't that spread out, but they've definitely injected some pace in it because now they're about 150 metres apart.
Was Puglisi picked it up, or is it just she's just kept the pace?
Well, we'll have to see what they go through 2K in, because I think they're right on that 320 pace still. So I think Puglisi's just holding that pace.
Maybe she's the metronome.
Seems
Rachel
like it.
White come through, along with Saskia Lloyd and co. Now gets a little bit of room herself. So Puglisi, as you said, Isaac, has just monstered them over the last 600 metres and doesn't really show any obvious signs of slowing up. So Piper Gay behind it, the Laven sisters, Georgia and Madeline. Let's see here. 6:41. So yeah,
so that was
she's
a
right
320.
on it. Yep, right on it. Could be the first time under that magical mark of 10 minutes.
Just going to have to do it on our own, though, this last K. Going to have to find something to get under the 10-minute barrier.
Some serious effort, isn't it? But I don't know. I mean, these Laven sisters seem to be working pretty well off Piper Gay as well. So I'm not saying they're going to catch Puglisi, but I think those guys are going to be on for a really fast time. Unfortunately, Goldsworthy's the one lost in no woman's land. And that pack behind her may try and pick her up. So Puglisi 7:21 through there. So, yep, still right on. It's a 40-second split. Piper Gay still doing the work for the Laven sisters. Goldsworthy, Saskia Lloyd. Alexandra Schultz right on the outside. Goes around Lloyd now. LePere right behind them. Imogen Backer not far away. Rachel White behind them too. Diol coming through now. But it's all eyes on Puglisi, and she's just extending this lead. So let's have a look here. 59. So she's right on it. Right, I think she's going to, unless she can get a really good move on, she's going to just fall over that 10-minute mark, I think. Piper Gay still leading out the Laven sisters. But Puglisi doing it on her own and doing it without any fear. No hesitation right now to go and get what she wants, and that is a sub-10-minute 3,000 in this women's B 3,000 metres. And that lead went from 5 to 10 to 20. Let's call it 70 metres now. Piper Gay still leading out the Laven sisters, or leaving them out too, I suppose. Goldsworthy now going to start to get chewed up by that pack behind. But here comes Puglisi. So she's a 8:42. So she's going to have to really run a maybe fastest lap of the race in this final lap, which is very, very doable. So Piper Gay still leading out the Laven sisters. Really well-timed race here by Schultz as well. Behind her there is LePere, Lloyd, White, Backer, Goldsworthy. All great names. But Puglisi on the back straight. Let's see, 200 metres to go. 18, 19, 20. Gee, she's going to give it a fair shake of the sauce bottle, I reckon. 180 metres to go. Let's see if Puglisi can dip under that 10-minute mark. As Isaac said earlier, she'll be doing it pretty much on her own for the second half of this race. So it'll be wildly impressive as Piper Gay now leads out one of the Laven sisters. So she split them up. But Puglisi comes into the straight. 9:43 on the clock. It's going to have to take a lot of effort. They push her out wide to lane 3. Jeez, you could almost just let her finish in lane 1, couldn't you? But no. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Oh,
right on 10 minutes.
That is
She
pain.
held the metronomic pace the whole way.
Yep, she hit it to a T. As one of the Laven sisters now gets moving. So does Imogen Backer. Comes flying. Piper Gay done a phenomenal job as well. 10-16. Piper Gay gets done by Backer there. White, the other Laven sister. Now LePere. Lloyd. Well done here to Shackloth. Goldsworthy. Schultz. Diol coming on the outside there. Really good run from her. Hayley George at 10:37. Vanderkap. So great women's B 3000 there. Good solo effort from Puglisi. Bunsworth comes across now. So does Janetsky. So a few just dipping under that 11-minute mark. There's only a few more to finish here. Lestrange. I never quite know how to say that one. Given I'm a bogan. 200 metres to go here, 11:17 on the clock. Can't even spell it. One more to go here. 120 metres to go. There we go. So pulled out of the race earlier on, decided to jump back in and finish it off. Now that is tough. Chimnolski finishes it off here for the women's B 3000. So turn our attention now to the men's D 3,000. Yeah, good. Some good names in here. The return of Isaac Holberton, I'm hearing. Scotty Benedict, Logan Tickell, Scholes Robertson, what a name. Ned Verway. Here he is. Our man who's just dropped a 9.17.
He's back.
3,000.
He's back. 9.17 and a freshly strained calf. Who bullied me into wearing spikes?
You know that I was back in the super shoes, so it definitely wasn't me.
Yeah. Oh, you should have handed me out one of your freebie pair of your prototypes of the dragonflies, Isaac. I know you've brought them here.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Got the prototypes.
Oh, not prototypes. They're just, that's what everyone wears now.
Only the elite of the elite get the prototypes.
I've got to say, though, the conditions out there are perfect.
Yeah, I was going to say, so is it windy at all?
No, it's not. It's PB conditions. So I don't think there's an excuse out there.
I was about to say.
I mean...
what do you want? What do you want to follow up with that?
No, you can have... Well, when we look at the flags on the... around the 50-metre mark, around the bend, you can see they're not moving, and you don't feel it at all out on the track.
No, it actually does look beautiful. It's not too cold out there either.
Perfect. Anyone who comes up here with an excuse is a big fat liar. Which isn't me.
We haven't met anyone yet, yeah, so we're all good. We're all good on that front. The men's D3000 gets underway. Jeez, it's already strung out.
Got another pair of pink shorts as well.
Yes.
I think that's Charlie Chandler.
There you go, pink shorts coupled with the yellow jersey.
Are these boys moving, or am I just
seeing things again, Mitch?
Yeah. There could be a chance of that.
Yeah, they're moving.
They're on 8 flat pace right now.
Right.
Yeah, that's moving.
Stewie Mack, eat your heart out.
Who knows, maybe we'll see a sub-8 later on in the evening.
I think we might.
Stewie Mack.
In the A race.
Yeah.
That guy that you saw in the bar that night.
Yeah. I think.
Is that Stewie McSwain?
He's not a bad.
Is that the guy from the TV?
Yeah, I think so. I was too scared to ask.
So who are our Glenn Huntley lads there in front? Nick Chambers and Aidan Velton.
They've absolutely gone for it.
Yeah, 64 pace.
67 first lap, so they're not messing around.
These boys are moving.
What are some of our PBs that we have here for the boys? Be around the 8:30, 8:40 mark, maybe?
Yeah, I reckon around the 8:40 mark. I think.
No, we've done our research, don't you worry. If you think we haven't researched, you'd be wrong.
Yeah, we're just trying to lead it on.
8:55. And they've gone out at what?
67s.
It's about 8:30. 8:30 or so pace. So
I
either they've
had to use Isaac's brain for these.
Yeah.
No,
Running maths.
Got J-Mac feeding me the info next to me.
You may or may not be good at school, Isaac. I'm not sure, but we're trusting you for your running maths.
When I put it in terms of running, it's easy. You know, if I did all my maths like that, I'm sure I'd be acing every test. Maybe I should.
If only there were specialised subjects. Specialist running maths.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Goffey. Matt Goff. The young lad who, the ex-alum of Haileybury College, goes through in a 2:19. So pace has slowed a little bit. We're at 8:45 pace. There's some running maths for you boys.
That's more doable.
I missed that. What was the split again?
Here we go. Well, Isaac's going to challenge you.
A nose under 2 minutes 20. So 72nd pace.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, net that up, mate. It's 8:45. Goffey, he's been putting in the work in the off-season, and, well, maybe he's done the odd time trial or two, because that's what he's doing tonight. As he goes through 1K, 2:55. What's that? What's 2:55 times 3?
8:45.
Oh, he's good at his running maths, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God.
This man is on.
Big shout out to second place, Nicholas Martin. It's his birthday today, so let's hope he has a big run.
Happy birthday,
Would you be
Nicholas.
interested in singing him happy birthday, Isaac?
You can go for it if you want, Mitch.
You brought it up.
You?
You brought it up.
Yeah, I'm more a hip hip hooray man myself. Or at least build up the hip hip hooray for the first two and let the third one fall flat on its face.
You've got to let your old man do it. It's such a dad thing to do.
And Matt Goff has enjoyed his time in the lead, but I think it is going to be, well, not short-lived. He's got 3.5 minutes out as Brandon Muscat gets up on his heels, the boy from the mighty western suburbs. And he won't overtake him on the bend. He knows better than that, but as soon as he hits the front straight, watch for Brandon Muscat and Matty Goff at the front of the field. And who is yours? Nicholas Martin from Knox, your mate. Isaac sitting in third position. Four laps to go. We're sitting around that 8:45, 8:50 pace.
I'm looking back in the comments, and Josh Hawkes, the commenter of the night, he's challenged me not to say super shoes. For the rest of the live stream.
So don't. You've just lost that challenge, mate.
Just did it.
Starting from now.
Josh Hawkes, good. Gotcha. What a power move.
You will not last.
I'll
you
try
are
my best.
incapable, I reckon. I'm incapable. I don't even know what they are, and I'm fascinated by them.
Tom Forster's made a donation, I'm pretty sure.
A donation?
$2.99. I love you, Nick Chambers.
Made a donation to the page.
Wow.
Thank you very much,
just saw
Tom
that
Forster.
First donation on Athletics Exclusive. I can eat tonight.
First ever.
$2.99. What are you going to get? Stop past Macca's, I bet.
Yeah, far out.
You can have a cheeseburger and some change, Lockie.
Oh, that sounds not bad. You got my night sorted.
So is Andrew...
I know where I'm going tonight.
Logan Tickle. He is Brandon Muscat has just spoiled the party for Logan Tickle. He's going to be called for the first time in the lead all night. And Brandon Muscat says, nup. I want my name to be read out a few more times. So Brandon Muscat from Western Afs, followed by Andrew McIntosh, the birthday boy from Knox, and Andrew Tickle from Ballerine in third, fourth position. Bevan Duaz up the front as well. Matthew Goff just sliding back into sixth position.
Pace is on.
So 5:55 will probably slip to around that 8:50 pace rather than the 8:45. But all these boys have PBs around the 8:55 to 9:05 mark anyway. So got a bit of time up their sleeves over the last couple of laps. And they've got a few nice little packs forming as well. Robert Wheats from Western Afs in the mix in that second pack. But it is Brandon Muscat leading the field. He's going to have to do all the hard work over the last two laps to slip under that 8:55 PB mark that he has. Or will Nicholas Martin, the birthday boy, spoil the party?
How's the noise? The crowd's going nuts down there.
It's a birthday party.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to sneak in a happy birthday. So they're starting to crank it up, though. I reckon this pack's starting to seriously split up. Here we go. Split comes now.
600 metres to go. This is the part where you well and truly hurt him, but you're just holding on unless you've got some wheels and you've been hiding your pace the whole time. You're just sitting and waiting, but I don't think it's any of these boys. I think they all went out at around, what was it, 8:20 pace, 8:30 pace for the first couple of laps. They are just holding on for dear life, hoping to get under that 8:55.
Muscat's still there. He's held on.
This would be a good birthday present for Nick Martin if he can run something fast here. He's on track for it.
And Bevan does. Does he win? Does he beat Martin on his birthday? Does he spoil the birthday party? Bevan might just do that with one lap to go.
7:39.
7:39 if they run. Well, if they just finish strong, they're going to collect PBs. All 4 or 5, 6 of them out the front of the field. So Bevan does he get the win? Does he finish in front of Nick Martin? They've got a gap of 5, 10, maybe even 15 metres ahead of Muscat in third position, and the rest of the athletes to follow in a neat little train, carriage by carriage. But it is Bevan does at the front of the field. 250 metres to go. I reckon he's going to be too strong for Nick Martin over the closing stages. Nick's done too much work in this race to have a kick finish, but we'll see. What do you reckon, Isaac? You know him the best.
He's looking all right. The gap hasn't grown too much in the last couple hundred metres, and it looks like he's just going to start to reel in. Does.
Maybe he does have the kick. Maybe I've discounted him too early.
He's got him, I reckon.
If he gets him, you have to go down and sing Happy Birthday trackside, Isaac.
They've flown through. They've got a really fast time, but he does.
Whoa. He does get the win. 8:44, 8:43 we'll give him.
Look at these boys. Everyone's
8:55 was the fastest before this race. Well, we got 8, 9, 10 boys under.
Yeah.
Ned Verway in the mix as well. We'll love that for Ned.
Nearly the whole crew.
There's
a lot of
boys.
dead bodies down there. Actually, the fellas.
Starting the season with a bang.
Wowee.
How good is racing?
That is phenomenal. That's just like the dream race, isn't it, though? You just get dragged through, even if you're just off the leader.
A few little packs.
Yep.
You just want to be in a deep, thick pack.
Yeah.
Or more so a train than a pack.
Yeah.
Not too thick. Deep.
And just not have to think.
Yeah. Lock into the heels. Heels of the person in front of you.
Felix Lonergan may be making his 3K debut.
Debut for Felix.
Surely over 3K.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're not talking 800s. You're right. Early season endurance.
Yeah, his coach must have something against him.
You don't reckon it's by choice then? You don't reckon he stuck his hand up for this?
I don't think he said, that 3K's coming up. Put me in there.
Seeing some very familiar names here in the men's C 3,000 metres. Most notably Jordan Abbott, hip number 1. Steve Ellinghouse, runner.
Mate, that's not the most notable. Number 7, Stephen Deneen.
Oh, true.
Puts on.
If we're talking
the
Box Hill
Classics, he is Box Hill, this man. There's quite a few names. Pat Jaffe. Matt Venor. Lukey Sin. Fred Leighton. One of my favourites. Debuzen.
Not sure if Archie Calder's actually in the race because he was just calling me out in the live chat on the live stream.
He could have been doing that trackside.
That'd be a
Who
flex.
knows?
If you are in this race,
no, he's
Archie.
still commenting right now, so he mustn't be running.
Yep.
Or he must just have slipped the phone into his pocket.
Yeah. Imagine just as this race starts, we just see a phone fly off the start line. We'll know whose it is.
Steve's knee when you finish your race. I need a bit of a calf massage, so you just pop up here. That'd be nice. Thank you.
You know what's baffling? Steve Deneen has no hair, but he has a hat on. What's he keeping back?
So you say it has to be purely a fashion
Mel and the
decision.
kids, if you're watching, I hope you enjoy.
Sam Alberson going out to the front. One of the boys I race, and he was telling me that he wants to hear me talking about him a lot in this race. He wants to see some quality banter.
Is that Alberson?
Yeah, he's a good runner.
I like Matty. Oh, he's got the arm warmers on.
Venner, yeah.
Fred Leighton, one of my favourites. Boy, this is a race of cult heroes.
How's this for Chris Bradford though? Steve Deneen, the oldest man in the field.
Bradford.
Thanks, Chris.
Bradford, show yourself and enter yourself in the next race.
Well, hopefully Deneen can tail up a few of these younger boys.
I'll tell you what, Chris Bradford is he's not a spring chicken, but he absolutely dusted me in a 10K last year. I'll tell you that much for free. So Steve Deneen going to the back. I'd love to see this man at the front, but he can't get an absolute centimetre towards it because Fred Leighton's put his foot down. Not as much as the last race. Actually, this is much more sensibly paced, you would argue. 71.
Yeah, it's set up for a bit of a kick finish. So 71s, they've set, what's that, about 8:52 precisely, 8:52.5.
Good math.
71s. There you go, Isaac. How's that? How's that for running maths? Forgot to mention it. That was my Year 12 subject, specialist running maths. 8:52.5 pace, which I think the PBs of a few of these boys are around the 8:45 mark.
I'm enjoying the half. 8:52.5.
Well, 7.5 laps.
God, you're smart. I couldn't work that one out.
That's if they ran 71 dead for that lap, which we're not sure because it was just by the eye.
Yeah, we didn't quite get the exact. So Fred Leighton's been overtaken now. And I think that might be Kai Davies.
It would be, except it's not. It's the other Mornington Peninsula man in Ben Griffiths.
Had a 50% chance. And I bazzed it. So Griffiths leading out Leeton. Pat Jaffe comes around. This pack is still really nicely bunched.
Kept the 71 pace going.
He has. Or they have.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a chop and change here. And this, the men's C3000.
Oh, yeah, 8:45 to 8:55 is the range of PBs. I know I did just say with confidence that the fastest time in this race was 8:45, as if I didn't just look that up to reconfirm.
2:57 through there.
Yeah, right. So the front pack is sort of nicely paced for a bit of consistent running with a kick in the last couple of
I think Pat Jaffe's wildly undersold himself. He is apparently the slowest into this field. He's sitting in third at the moment.
You're calling bullshit, are you?
No, yeah, I am. You know what? I am. It's exactly what I'm doing.
It's past 9, we can...
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling Porky Pies.
Hold on. We can let rip go in.
If it comes down to a kick, I'm tipping Sam Albertson or Bradley Hall to get the win.
Okay.
Oh, young
Isaac
Brad Hall.
nearly did call a great tip.
Almost.
Came second. But Mans was moving.
Do you tip that I'd run 9:19 dead?
No, that's exactly what I said, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
I had you at about 8:57.
I don't know why you would. You mustn't have been following my Strava or my PBs.
I'll be honest, I don't have Strava.
Oh, are you even a runner then?
Nah. Smartwatch, dumb runner.
I cannot believe you're commentating and you do not have Strava.
I don't have Strava yet. It actually should be part of the job requirement.
The live chat's going to be blowing up right now. Hate comments towards Mitch.
Go on then. I want to hear it. Just as I said, though, from the bullshit call, Pat Jaffe's now leading this race. And leading it quite confidently.
He is. He's making a gap of 5, 6, even 7 metres ahead of Sam Albertson from Mentone. And, well, it's anyone's race, really.
Pretty sure Sam had a shield recently, ran like a 55 or 56 400. So
okay, all he needs to do is run that in the last lap here, and he's home and host.
And last week he ran an 800 in like 2:04, and then shortly after ran the 3K in 8:45.
You got stocks on this though? How do you know all this stuff?
He's done his You've got researchers, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we'll call you Bruce McAvaney soon.
Not quite there yet.
Jaffe still leading it out. Fred Leeton may be feeling the pinch towards the back. So here he comes now. Alberston comes around. The man behind him there has been tucked in as Mims as well. So Jaffe on the inside. Alberston now just gets around, puts his head on the left-hand turn and goes, wait your turn. It's Alberston's time to shine. Mims on the outside of Jaffe. So this pack's really got to make its way. Look at Steve Deneen at the back. Geez, you thought he was dead and buried.
Yeah, that's the strength.
He brings his own shovel to his own burial. He just digs himself out. It's unbelievable. You actually cannot kill him.
That's actually. Keep your eyes on the man in the man in the hat. The man in the hat at the tail end of the field as he just picks off 1, 2, 3. That is the strength.
7 bloke. Look at him go.
K to go, and he's made
Fred
the kick for home.
Is the next victim of
Unreal.
Steve Deneen.
That is the multiple tempo runs. The hilly tempos coming out now from Steve Deneen.
Steve Deneen wins, I'll run down there and give him a big kiss.
Sam Albertson's still in the lead.
But don't sleep on Jordan Abbott, the SAS track athlete.
Is this Felix Lonigan as well? Yeah, Felix has the best
Abbott,
kick of them all.
Lonigan.
Sub 15800 on her.
Mims
Look at Steve Deneen.
right there as well.
He's up there.
2 laps to go. Deneen, oh my God.
It's a long kick for home.
Where's he come from? That's actually from the heavens. He wasn't even on the screen.
We don't want to pump him up too much, but could this be the run of the night?
I will lose my mind. As we said, the man with the greatest kick sitting in third. I know we want to hype up everyone else, but Felix Lonergan, I think, has a 400 PB of 49.
Pretty proven, Felix, over the shorter distance.
He's not. Look, Steve Danane's picked off 3 more. I'm fascinated right now.
Jeez,
600
going
metres
for
to
the
go.
front.
Make it 4 more.
The godfather of Box Hill Athletics track.
He's phenomenal. 5 more, 6 more. The man's in 4th place. So Albiston, Felix Lonergan, Father Time is passing this whole race.
They say that
Steve Deneen.
500 to go and he's gone for it.
Albiston's just looked around and gone, who in God's green earth invited their dad to the track?
He doesn't just talk about
Look at
strength.
him go.
He has it.
Steve Deneen has come from last right now. So Steve Deneen, Albiston, says, follow me, young fellas. He puts in 1, 2, 3 metres right now. Steve Deneen, he's going to fly. Look at Felix Lonergan, though. He looks poised. Albiston, he's not going to get done by a 41-year-old man. So Steve Deneen, he's done a lot of the work now. 300 metres to go. Isaac's boy, Albiston, on the outside. I think he's going to roll past him, but don't give up on him now. Here he comes, the 49-second man. He's going to roll up. Look at him. He's actually gliding. Maybe he did tap his coach on the shoulder and say, I'm ready for the 3,000. Albiston, he's going to lead it out 200. Lonergan behind him. I really, really don't want to say Steve Deneen's out of it because I feel like he hasn't let the elastic band snap. So here we go.
Steve Deneen's coming back.
Lonergan, Steve Deneen. Who is this from St. Stephen's Harriers right now?
Josh Furman from St. Stephen's.
Yep, Josh Furman. So it's a line of 4 as they enter into it. Furman,
it's the Melbourne
our man
Cup
from
race.
Mornington Peninsula. He's on the outside now.
The
this
early
is unbelievable. Leader. He's on the outside, on the inside. Jeez, look at the clock.
Furman.
Woo!
We said his name once.
That is sensational. Oh, Albiston loves it. Did he run a PB? Jaffe through. Oh, my goodness. Leighton comes through. 9 minutes just ticked over the clock right now. That was sensational. They all just flew. 250 metres to go. You thought you had the race all sewn up, but God, every man and his dog had wheels in that race.
8:40 for Steve Deneen.
That's
not
crazy.
bad.
He's 42 or 41. Can't remember. He's told me a lot of times. That's insane. What a race. What a finish.
And it was good for Aidan Dubuisson to get the win instead of Josh Furman.
Well done, Aidan.
It's, very close together in the call sheet here. So good stuff, Aidan. But yeah, I don't care that Steve didn't get the win. That was probably one of the runs of the night. If you watch that race back from about 2 laps out,
that man is one of the toughest men you will ever meet. That's phenomenal. 41-year-old. You just showed them all how it was done.
Hip number 1 here in the B race. Jacob Ingebrigtsen-Bell.
Right.
Don't rate that.
Oh, Wolfgang. Cochrane Nemesi. He's one of your foes, isn't he, Isaac?
Oh, yeah. I reckon he's going to smack my PB right now.
Jason Clayton. David Grieg.
Kernahan.
Mickey Kernahan.
The king of Strava.
The actual metronome. Mickey Kernahan. The king of Strava.
You wouldn't know about that, though,
I
Mitch.
would have no idea. No.
Do you even know what a CR is?
No. Course
geez.
record?
Commonwealth record.
Yeah, bang on.
I had Strava at one point, but I got rid of it. When you start running over 5-minute 30Ks, that's when you got to go, no one can see this.
No, that's when you got to join the parkrun clubs on Strava.
That's when you start to get
the rec
into
runners,
it.
you know.
I've gone the wrong way. I gave up on it.
You gave up.
Soft from me. Actually soft.
I was about to say, you don't need to be a slave to Strava as long as you're turning up on the track and racing, but you're not doing that either.
Yeah, really. I've really got none of it going for me. That's why it's best to stay off it.
Ben Ludbrook was telling me earlier in the week that everyone's got to watch out for him in this race.
Okay.
God, pumping himself up.
I
Like that.
watch out
Don't
for
mind that.
Sammy Ray as well.
He's been running well.
Jason Clayton. Okay. Jeez, we got a lot of boys to watch it. Reece Hadfield as well. He's pretty good. Caleb Sin. Jeez, it's a Oh, here we go.
Oh, Seth O'Donnell, the mullet man. He's pacing and he's going for it.
And I hear is...
Yeah, but Michael Kernahan actually is the pacemaker.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
The unofficial pacemaker.
Don't need the pacemaker. That's actually me.
This guy's come literally out of a time machine from the 70s.
Even,
what a vibe.
I mean, that's a stock pacemaker singlet, but he's even made it look custom.
We've got the mullet and the afro out the front here.
Like it's the same one that's been worn all night, same cut and everything, yet he's made it look 70s. Yeah.
It's the chest hair and the mullet. It's doing double damage. So, unsurprisingly, Michael Kernahan has gone right behind him, which we love, which the whole race should be grateful for.
Going out quick, and I reckon a few of these boys are going to pay for it later on, but Wolfgang, he'd be used to it, running 155 800s.
Yeah.
So he should be right, but a few of these other boys have definitely gone out hard.
He just needs to do that 4 times in a row. No breaks.
And then
piece of cake.
He will be signing a contract before he steps foot off the track with the Dragonflies.
Don't mention it. Don't say the word.
I can't join in on that conversation.
You can say Dragonflies. You can't say Super.
Don't say it.
Right.
Johnny Portwood with Doncaster on the outside there. So this is Wolfgang in 4th.
Yeah, well, 3rd in the real race.
Yeah.
4th behind the pacer.
4th in the pacer race.
Clayton making some moves around as well.
Is that Tom Bowers? Yeah, he's giddy. He's just shaved his legs.
We've just been told some extra information. Apparently he just shaved his legs.
His legs are shaved. Pack it up.
If anyone's sitting at home and saying these boys they don't know anything, they don't do their research, well, we do.
Yeah.
Josh McLeod feeding us the inside goss.
Bowers' legs are shaved. Okay. And that's not extensive enough for you, then we can't go much deeper.
You can see him shining.
Then leave. Just leave.
You can't go much deeper than that.
And don't.
So Mickey Kernahan's just going to let the pacemaker go because his pace is probably more accurate. He'll do this all day.
His club mate.
Love the work rate of Mickey Kernahan.
He's got to have the smooth, perfect numbers for Strava.
Club mate in Xavier Johnson sitting on Mickey Kernahan's heels. I will dare say training mate, making it look easy. Caleb Sin from Doncaster spoiling the party and making it a 3rd yellow singlet in a row. Bingo.
They've gone through the cane about 2:45 there, I think.
2:45, go on.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that?
That's 8:15 pace.
8:15.
That'd be a
PB for everyone.
There are some boys moving, actually.
If they can hold on to this, that'll be insane.
Split up, too. So Wolfgang Kochenomesi has a 155 800 in him.
I think 54
Bowers
maybe.
has a pretty good close in him as well. I'm pretty sure he closed real hard at the 5K last year. There you go. Jason Clayton, a 348. Okay, we've got bullets out of guns here all day. So this finish is going to be hot. Almost think the pacemaker should just finish it off, though, because he's looking pretty good. Who is this?
Seth O'Donnell.
Seth O'Donnell.
Yeah, he should just keep going.
He's a pretty good runner, so I would not be surprised if he does keep going.
He's going to try and move around.
I did actually do a 20k long run with Jason Clayton a couple of weeks ago, and I got to say he was looking fresh after it. 3k should be easy for him.
He looked good.
Yeah,
this guy looked good.
Yeah, 4:30 pace.
Oh, Jesse Dunsmore as well from Frankston, pretty handy runner, Jesse. So watch out for him. He's in the middle of that lead pack. Tom Bowers on the inside though. He's got the prize pick right now. Does not have to do anything. Pushing out a little bit of Wolfgang, though, says, can you clear out? Xavier Johnson on the outside of Michael Kernahan. Yeah, Glenn Huntley, athlete on the inside there.
Massive shout-out to Josh Hawkes. He's been on the live stream all night. He's kept the comments alive. He's still commenting.
Thanks, Josh, for maybe come to the track next time.
We appreciate it. We appreciate the love. So Mickey Kernahan still behind Seth. Seth is just... he's got to be 2K, I reckon. Look at this now. Tom Bowers on the outside. So established distance runner, Bowers.
Lachlan Rayner sitting in there in Morning's Peninsula orange.
On the inside.
just on the heels of Xavier Johnson. Jason Clayton.
Looks smooth, Jason Clayton.
Slipping in behind Kerners.
Off to the NCAA next year, I believe.
He is. Won himself
Loyola.
a scholarship of sorts.
Loyola Chicago.
She-Town, the Windy City. Yep. It's not windy here at Box Hill, though.
No, it is. So
no excuses tonight.
We can't quite prepare him for that then. But Chi-Town hero soon to be, Jason Clayton. But Tom Bowers is going to just go right with him there. So Mickey Kernahan starts to get swallowed up a little bit by the pack. Lockie Eno as well goes around him. So Seth O'Donnell leads him out 5:37, 5:38 on the clock there for the rest of them. So Jason Clayton going to try and bring through a massive pack of athletes. But as I say that, this massive pack may start to break up. Wolfgang Kochen-Nemesi needs to do his best to make his way around Mickey Kernahan maybe and just get right on the back of that. So Seth's still going.
Seth O'Donnell. What's his
he forgot his number?
He's gone over 2K, so he may as well go the full distance.
I can't see.
Does anyone know his let's look up his World Athletics profile, please.
He might be out now.
Charlie Rogers from Glen Huntley, just sitting in 5th, 4th, 3rd position.
Flew through there.
Yeah, gain up on the shoulder of clubmate Jason Clayton. Now, I think there's a bit of a grudge match between training partners Charlie Rogers and Sam Bunnage, and Charlie Rogers, leading that one right now.
Yeah, so Jason Clayton, they've made him do a little bit of the work, obviously. They went right around Michael Kernahan, who slipped back into the field. Lockie Eno as well, not far away. Get a name on this Doncaster athlete here in 4th place as well. I think it's Caleb Sin. So Caleb Sin's worked his way up to 4th in the hat. Make that, 4th now. So he's gone around Eno. Bowers looks really good in 3rd. I'm going to be totally honest. Jason Clayton done a lot of work to lead it out, but Bowers in 3rd doesn't have to do a lot right now. Just has to follow the moves, and that's exactly what he might do just here. So Clayton on the inside. Bowers behind him there.
Charlie Rogers, 500 metres out, taking the lead from Clayton and Bowers. Bowers looking pretty strong, though. He's up on the shoulder and sails past Clayton. He's willing to shave legs.
Yeah.
Of course. I should have predicted this. How silly of us.
I told you, back it up. Look at him now. There's no wind resistance on this man's legs. That's why. He can't lose. Is that Jason Clayton who's found another gear? So 300 metres to go. Bowers v. Clayton. Big dog v. big dog.
Shaved legs versus hairy legs.
Could the hairy legs cost Jason Clayton? 250 metres to go now. Bowers on the inside, Clayton outside. 200, 7:47 on the clock. Let's see who's got the biggest fight out of these two. The Old Scotch and Glen Huntley, two historic clubs now going to try and battle it out. It's still our man on the inside there. Clayton behind him there. Bowers, though, he's got the benefit of the inside sit. Looks a little bit tired, and Jason Clayton senses that.
What a race.
So he's right on the outside now, and Jason Clayton says, see you later. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, because this is all mine now. Jason Clayton strides out. 8:16. Woo! Bowers through for an 8:19. Charlie through
Rogers,
for an 8:20.
8:20.
Woof.
Wow,
there.
Kerners, 8:24.
My Lord, that's racing. Wowee.
That's got to be a handful of PBs in that bunch. So it was a good night for racing.
Oh my goodness.
Whew, unreal. Some huge results there.
So Jason Clayton had an 8:25.
So what did he?
So he's run a 9-second PB.
Not bad, not bad. The coaches out in Chicago won't mind that at all.
If you're listening,
good investment.
Boys, you've got yourself a good one. 8:28 for Bowers as well. So he's run about an 11-second PB. Who has? Wow. Wow. Make that a 30-second PB.
Wow.
Chi-Town hero.
Wow.
I reckon everyone in that race has run a PB.
That's incredible. That is the greatest combination of Milers Club and Box Hill. Put them together, PBs.
The home of.
I certainly am not surprised.
B race getting one in 8:16.
Nikolai Georgievic, Charlie Rogers on the podium is a lock. I think I reckon he must have called that.
Was that
that's
as
about,
they came down the straight?
Well, I don't know. That's about 10 comments deep. So,
wow.
Tell us, Nikolai, at what point in the race did you call that? Please comment.
Bloody would be up there if he had pink shorts.
Agree with that one. Good call. Ben Lodbrok.
Someone
Pink shorts next race.
Jason Clayton.
This race will define science. I think it's defy science.
No, define. This is the defining moment of science. Galileo, eat your heart out, mate.
Oh, here we go. Nikolai reckons he called Charlie Rogers 2 laps to go.
I still don't. He was in the top 3 at that point, though.
Yeah.
Just by the way, Abby Caldwell
lining up again.
A3K after winning the A800.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not? We've got a great field here of 21.
There's a bit of cash up for grabs again.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just find those numbers from our research assistants. And our research assistants have this information now. And the research assistants have told us that under 9 minutes, that'd be hot. Under 9 minutes, $500. Under or between 9 and 9:10, $250, and between 9:10 and 9:20, $125. That could be a sniff.
Yeah.
Between 9:10 and 9:20.
Oh, that's a massive sniff.
The record at Vic Milers by Lyndon Hall, 8:51.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty big field for an A race. 21 athletes.
Fair few athletes here at, I was about to say we need to get it done by 10 o'clock tonight, but I'm not sure if that's the rule or not.
Nah.
450 athletes on the track means big fields.
Not at Box Hill.
And they're running about 2 or 3 lanes wide, and they're pretty thickly bunched.
Yeah, they all want to be towards the front by the looks of it.
And Clara Dest leading the field round. Is that Neve? You admitted that you couldn't speak French earlier.
No way is that.
Yeah, that's Neve in Irish.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh.
An Irish lesson for you. So we speak some French and speak some Irish as well. Yes, Neve. No, you can use her first name with confidence. I know it for a fact.
Scared. Okay. You know what? 100%. Neve Tabbitt.
Yes, Neve. Next time you read that name in an Irish book,
I'm going to feel like
you'll know.
Yeah. I'm going to flex on everyone.
Anyway, having a good race so far and going step for step with Clara Dess up the head of the field as they go through that. First lap was about 79 seconds, so around that 10-minute pace or a bit under 10 minutes.
9:53.5 to be exact.
Oh, okay, sorry. I forgot we had our running maps specialist in the house.
That is bizarre.
He's been calculating that for the last 20 seconds.
Get ready, Isaac. Your moment's coming. That's impressive. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not impressed. I am impressed because I can't do that.
Nicolette Lesberg and Rachel McGuinness as well. A few other of the ladies.
Sarah Klein? Is that?
Sarah Klein is up there, sitting just on the outside, just in lane 2 there.
We've still got athletes wide in lane 2. That's a long... They're going to run a K in lane 2.
I'd be shaking my head at that, but I think I spent about 3 laps of my race there in lane 2 as well. Trying to jostle for position.
You were out there. Not that long.
I was out there. This is... Forget about the times for a second. This is going to be a good old-fashioned race.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be an absolute kick.
As Sarah Klein makes her way up on the shoulder of Des and probably not quite passing her. Oh, yeah, she's passing her. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Stop trying to predict things. You always get them wrong.
Yeah. Sarah Klein, no stranger to the front. Great distance runner, Sarah Klein. So she's happy to lead these girls out. Interested to see Abby Caldwell. So she's just tucked herself right on the rail, all out of danger. Obviously just wants to try and conserve as much energy as she can after winning the women's, just winning it. Not even just participating, winning the women's A800. She's going to let Sarah Klein do her thing at the moment. So away she goes. And it's Sophie Coughlin of Sandringham maybe moving around wide again. Steph Condagonis on the inside of her. So these girls are they're just jostling for a spot at this point. 2 clear. Everybody else still scrapping it out.
It's kind of what you want, but kind of not. You don't.
Yeah.
You want lots of people to run around, make it feel easy, but when there's change of positions and a bit of jostling and people running too wide, it can get a bit frustrating. Yeah, when you're trying to chase the time, but
look at
that's racing.
Strides going on the inside of the track.
Look at all the bugs in front of the lights on the stream as well.
Yeah.
Bit buggy out at Box Hill.
Everybody loves Box Hill, even the bugs. Can't blame him. So Klein leading him out.
Des, Lesberg.
And there's Caldwell.
Emma Hogan as well, the athlete from Glen Huntly, sitting in 4th position.
Klein looking really smooth out in front.
Has that longer distance experience and that strength. It really shows through. Time trialling a 3K shouldn't be any problem for her.
Yeah, she should be able to handle that pretty well.
Abby Caldwell
Hogan now.
Hogan, but how, I don't know. Keep your eye on Caldwell and see what she's going to do in the closing laps.
That's what I'm thinking. It really seems like that she's conserving that energy incredibly well, just tucked in beautifully on the inside. But now this pack's starting to bunch again. Steph Condigonis on the back of it too. So I would even consider that this third pack well and truly not out of it either. Just need someone to bridge that gap, but somebody's starting to step it up in that second pack. I can't quite see who is at the front of the second pack. I know that is Emma Hogan on the back of her from Glen Huntly. Here comes Abby Caldwell. Gets herself a little bit of space.
I think it's still Lesberg.
Okay,
Nicolette Lesberg.
Okay. So Lesberg going to do the work to try and get it back to Klein and Des. But Abby Caldwell looking really smooth. Just got herself out of there. Didn't want to get too boxed in. And done a really good job of keeping herself clear. But Klein, Des, Lesberg, Hogan, Caldwell. Great names on the track. And I reckon this second pack's going to catch up over the next 600 metres. They're going to start to put their foot down and realise that you don't want this elastic band to stretch too much. Just gets checked there. Steph Condigonis. Caldwell looking really smooth, really smooth. Just goes around and brings Hogan with her.
Eleanor Benson from Melbourne Uni right in there as well in the mix.
Yeah, and on the inside, is that Sandringham? A Sandringham athlete on the inside of them.
Yeah, Sophie Coughlin.
Coughlin, that's it. Sophie Coughlin. I think we've had an unfortunate injury here as well. A Doncaster athlete. He's going to try and
it doesn't
finish
look
it off.
doesn't look too
I think she may have been
healthy.
spiked. So she was grabbing at her leg there. But look at this. Abby Caldwell has just glided her way to Klein and Des. Hogan behind her there. Then a little bit of a gap back to the rest of the girls.
Bit of a post-800 tempo for Caldwell.
Yeah, looking a little bit that way. They're through 2K now.
Going to show off the 800 speed towards the end of the race, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, you wonder what the directions are from Gavin Barron. Whether it's just sit around and then blow it out of the water or just do what you got to do. So whatever it is right now, Des is going to try and put a stop to it. So she's going to go around Klein and maybe try and make Abby Caldwell work a little bit harder. Hogan behind there. Tucked in beautifully as well. Right behind them is Benson. Right back is Sophie Coughlin. Condigonis not far away. But Des now going to try and make a race of this. So
3 laps to go.
Caldwell, Des leading it. And it's Eleanor Benson who's going to go around Hogan now and try and make a little bit of something. Sophie Coughlin may go with her, but this is a really strong mood from Eleanor Benson. So she's going to try and get her way onto the back of Caldwell. It's going to take a little bit of work, but she is moving. So Des leading it out right now. 600 metres to go. Klein, Caldwell, Benson, Hogan, Coughlin. So a really, really good group. Over this last 550 metres, let's see how these three out in front go. So I think it's going to be a kicker's race, and you would think Abby Caldwell's going to have the best kick of the three, but you just never know at Victorian Milers Club because I'm loving the look of Benson coming in 4th place. So I think it's going to be Abby Caldwell who might try and put her foot down here, but Klein and Des, give them the respect that they deserve. They are trying to hold off what could be a fast finishing Abby Caldwell. Gets on the shoulder now and at 8:30 on the clock.
Well-timed race as well. Probably treated it more like a bit of a flush of the legs at first after the 800 earlier in the evening, but she's timed it to perfection and worked her way through the field. Let's see if she still has a bit of freshness in the legs in the last, well...
I think she does.
Last lap.
She's starting to just glide away from them. This is an absolute exhibition of an evening for Abby Caldwell. As we said earlier, unfortunately just missed the selection for the Olympic Games this year, and she's really making a statement in her first night on the track. So Abby Caldwell just, I don't even know if there's a word for what she's doing right now. I would say gliding, but she's just doing it even easier than that. So 150 metres to go. Opens the legs up, I reckon. Gavin Burns just said, hey, go have fun for the last 150, and that's what she's doing. So Abby Caldwell rounds the bend here, looking absolutely sensational. She is going to fly under that 10-minute mark, but there's an absolute race going on back here. So it's Abby Caldwell who's going to take it out. Des in second. And who's this flying around for third there? That's a sensational run. Is that Sudholes? I think it is. Yeah. Sudholes going to go a 9:44. Klein with a 9:46. Really well done by Eleanor Benson as well. And that is Emma Hogan, followed closely by Sophie Coughlin. And just on the outside of that is McGuinness. Condagonis going to come through. The rest of our women's field. Really, really good race there, but Abby Caldwell just made it an absolute meal of her own towards the end there. Bridget Humphrey through now.
I actually love it when Neve Tabbitt.
I'm not sure whether our Doncaster athlete kept going. I think she may have stepped off.
Daisy Sudholz, though. I like it when we completely, like we just
missed it.
Completely missed it. I love it where we read the race well and we see someone just come through the field and call it like genius.
Josh is just down there. So this man on your screen right now has been sitting here
feeding
for
us
about the last
stats.
hour and a half, and
while
now
eating his
he's
McFlurry.
magically down there. The man's a wizard. That is
soon to be famous artist.
Yeah. Well, I'm buying his painting off him right now. In fact, in one of the more rogue things that's happened in the Box Hill grandstands, I'm buying a painting off Josh.
This race is going to be something special, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Juniors in here. The one to Doug Buckeridge, coming back from a bit of an injury over winter, but he's certainly in good shape. But the one to look out for...
Zach Patterson.
I reckon the one to look out for, hip number 14, Archie Noakes. He might win, but I'm more talking about the time. Yeah. He's been ripping some insane sessions, training with us a bit. Okay. He did 3x3K on the track a few weeks ago, all sub-9.
Wow.
And he's 17.
So he's definitely going to run sub-9 here.
He's a national champ.
If he did it 3 times, he can definitely do it once.
If he doesn't do it now, that's very awkward.
National champ from earlier in the year. Could be on for low 8s here.
That's right. Ed Baisha, Ben Baisha, Liam Cashin.
Lotto. I was about to say, you haven't said
DJ Hustdog.
Logan Chinetsky, the best head of hair in the game.
Guys. Yeah, Tom Thorpe, please.
5K.
The reigning 5K champion. And 11:39 around the 10. If
Andre
you don't mind.
Waring on the home track though, he'll be hard to beat.
10:39.
Andre's dropped to 13:30 something 5K.
Yeah, he's probably. I reckon he's the favourite in my eyes. Home track advantage as well.
I think Andre Thorpe, or I'm going to throw in Zach Patterson, because Zach Patterson knows how to win. He's been training with Jeff Risley, Momentum Running. Newly found business. If you are looking for a coach, probably couldn't get too much better than 4-time Olympian Jeff Risley. But yeah, Pato knows how to win races, so definitely put the respect on that name.
I'm going to go is it Quinoa 1 and 2?
Yep.
The Quinoa Thorpe Cashin.
Thorpe Cashin?
Jeez.
Thorpe Cashin, the Quinoa. St. Stephen's, Western Alps, Quinoa.
What about Hustdog?
Hustdog will come in 4th.
Okay.
I don't know who else is left here. I don't know
if I'm going okay, I like this.
Hustdog will do well.
Top 3. I'll go the trifecta. I'll go Pato, Thorpe, Andre Waring. There's my 3.
Pretty
Got
obvious.
A lot of faith.
The top 3 PBs. You're a genius, Mitch.
Is it?
I don't know. It sounds like it.
Jeez. Well, didn't take a lot.
Hey, Isaac, what's our super shoe count for the night, by the way?
I'm allowed to say, do I have permission to talk about
You can't say this word. You can talk about the shoes.
Dragonflies don't count.
Well, I reckon almost everyone in this race is going to be wearing Dragonflies, and it looks like they are, honestly.
We're talking about a bit of foam on your foot.
Maybe everyone except Andre, because I'm pretty sure he's sponsored by Brooks.
He is.
Just like Ali Brooks earlier in the night.
Yeah. Well, that was misleading.
So what did I say?
Cash.
No surprise, Archie right up the front.
Oh, 32.
Jeez.
That's about right for
What's
8
that?
minutes. 8 minute pace.
Is it?
64.
Yeah.
It's 8 minute pace. Isaac.
32.
Just double check my maths, please.
64s, 240s.
Yeah. Cash knows what he's doing. He's been doing the training. He's confident in himself. And
I like
it.
Everyone else.
Wow.
Come on.
Step up.
Yeah.
Noak's not far, but look at that. Look
You
at that
know,
top 5.
he's set the
Cashin,
expectation.
Patterson, Waring. Thorpe wants it. Here we go.
Oh, here's my Quinella.
Show a bit of grunt.
Here's my Quinella. Nathan Pearce to run 8:15. just as another side bet with myself.
Who's the bookie? Pay yourself.
Yeah, one of my bank accounts. Mac is on the way home.
So Cash going to make him work for it. I like it. Thorpe, the only one going to chase. Waring, Patterson, Noakes. One of the Byshers, I believe. That's
Ben Bysher.
Who's our other St. Stephen's?
We've got Christopher Dale.
Buckeridge, Nath Pearce.
Nath Nation. Hashtag Nath Nation.
The Nation.
Harry Norman.
So this is not messing around. Thorpe's been doing a lot of work. I know that. Loves this distance as well.
A stall gift 2 mile champ.
Yeah.
On the grass.
What a season Thorpe had last year.
Oh. You're done having a
He's
chat
back.
down there, mate.
So it's
the camera zooms
209.
right in on you.
Touch over 64s. So we still are on that 8 minute pace, and Liam Cashin knows it. Thorpe leading the rest of the field. Waring right there. Zach Patterson just happy to sit on his heels, as is Archie Noakes as well. It's athlete after athlete after athlete here at Box Hill. When are they going to catch Liam Cashin? I'm sure they all want to dip under 8 minutes. I'm sure they all want to collect some prize money tonight. But Liam Cashin, he is attacking this race.
43.
243.
The juniors are up there.
809.
Noakes, Janetsky, Morel, Buckeridge, Garbletto in there as well.
Bailey Morel in the A race, if you don't mind.
Pretty sure he ran a
Andre Waring
155
wants
at
it.
Shield.
He's going to pull him through now. It's almost a hang on at the moment. Andre Waring's just said, boys,
Andre,
I'm
there you
sick
go.
of waiting for you. Let's go. Game time.
So we've got a 757 to an 802, gets you $125 tonight if you win.
I think
bad.
we'll see that.
So just keep that in mind.
What if
This
you
is
come like
beautifully
10th
strung
but
out.
still go sub 8?
Oh,
Surely you get something.
there's a complicated scale. It's check out the Instagram page if you want exact details.
Milers Club just loses all of the profit.
Yeah. We have Zach Patterson just on the shoulder of Thorpe. Is he looking to pass him? Archie Noakes is looking to pass him on the inside and get right up on Waring's heels. Cash. I wonder if Liam Cashin will just let someone pass him.
Logan Janetsky wants the smoke.
Janetsky was 3rd at Nationals.
Young
behind
Janetsky.
Noakes.
Yeah, wants it.
Him and Noakes, the under-18 rivalry, going at it. And Morel.
I wonder
how
how
good
many
is this?
D. Costella 3,000 metre winners we have in this race. Because I know we've certainly got one.
I reckon we've got 4.
Yeah.
Zach Patterson was.
Pato, yeah.
Oh, Thorpe's going for it.
Thorpe wants it.
Oh,
Jeez.
here's my Quinella. Someone pay me now.
Yeah. Here we go.
Archie Noakes, the dark horse. I called it early.
Buckeridge
He's still in
holding
there.
on. He's going to try and hold him on here.
If Dougie's there with 400 to go, the national beast, as we call him at training, the kick will come out of him. He can fly home.
Yeah. I'm keen to see it. He's got Nath Nation behind him, though.
If Dougie wins as well, you can expect a huge celebration.
All right.
So Waring getting up on the shoulder of Cashin now. Is he going to share the lead with, or he pretty much is sharing the lead with Tom Thorpe right now? Is he going to be kind and just sit in front? Thorpe's not going to let him. Thorpe's keen to lead this out for at least another bend. Paddo right up on the shoulder of Liam Cashin as well. It's the 4 athletes that we were talking about at the start of the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Archie Noakes tucks right in there as well with his under-18 nemesis, Janetsky, right there as well.
You can't sleep on Baisha and Norman. They're just hanging on the back there.
Look at Nath Nation.
Nath Nation, 8:15, I told you. Just watch the clock on Nath.
The Buckeridge is starting to fall off just a little bit.
But this is all...
latch into this pack here.
Just doesn't have the winter training under
2K?
his belt. Yeah, so that was another 2:45.
So this is set up for a bit of a kick finish as the rain starts to fall here at Box Hill Athletics
Setting up
track.
for a dramatic ending.
So let's see who's got the best kick out of this group. I still don't think the guys towards the back are out of it. If Nath Nation can pull some of them through towards the back of this.
Oh,
here
Archie.
comes Noakes. So Noakes puts his shoulders out and says, Janetsky, I've had enough of this. Here comes the Noakes. So Waring's going to have to latch on. So's Paddo. Janetsky. Thorpe may actually have the sting taken out of his legs at this point. Look at that. Cashin gets in on the inside. Baisha not far away, but Noakes. Jeez, he's going to extend away. Look at Janetsky.
2 laps to go.
The under 18s are dominating here.
This is
I called
ridiculous.
it early, the juniors.
So Noakes, Janetsky, Waring, Patterson
they
is
have
class,
wound it
so
up.
is Cashin. So these 2 under 18s are leading out 3 class athletes right behind them. And as I say, 3, make it 4, because Tommy Thorpe is not done with yet. So Noakes is going to lead out Janetsky. So too Waring, Patterson, Cashin, Thorpe going to have to find another gear, I think, to latch onto these 5. But it's all Noakes, Janetsky, Patterson, Waring, Cashin, strap in, don't move. So you got 500 metres to go. Noakes now, he's starting to get those arms pumping. Janetsky, the young man, on his outside. Patterson now. I told you he's been in first gear for a while, Patterson. Now he gets on the outside. Waring on the inside. Noakes going to feel the pinch once more, I think. Here comes Waring. 7:07. Patterson on his outside. Cashin. Here comes the 3 right now. It's going to be Waring is going to lead out Patterson now. Cashin. Geez, he's not done with yet. The mighty, mighty Western A's. As I say that now, here comes the bomber from Essendon behind him. So Noakes going to have to find one more gear, I think. Patterson now starts to move through them. Waring gets the home ground advantage on the inside. 2:50 to go. But here comes the come of the moment. Come of the man.
Zach Patterson.
200 metres to go. 2:36 on the clock. He's been laying dormant for months. Hell, let's call it years. 150 to go. The return of Zach Patterson may be on, but he's going to have to come through Andre Waring because he's not done with yet. Cashin might just be out of touch. Here comes Patterson. Waring on the outside. Patterson goes to the arms. Waring goes to the heart. And he says, take a look at this one, Zachy boy. Better luck next time. Andre Waring gets it 8:03. Patterson gave it everything for 8:05. Cashin 8:07. Noakes 8:10. Wow. Janetsky 8:12, Thorpe 8:13. That is
Hustog
crazy
coming through
for under 18s. Is that at 8:09?
That's not bad.
Nath Nation 8:19.
That is
That's not bad.
I'm staying with Noakes at Falls, so I'm going to have to get some tips from him. See what he's doing right.
Well,
wow, Andre Waring though.
I
thought he was done.
In recent years, your Zatopek, your De Castella 3K has been one around that 8:10 to 8:15 sort of mark. So they're setting themselves up well for a couple months' time for a post-Falls under 20 showdown.
That's great. Honest, Zach Patterson hasn't been on a track, I think, for a few years at this point. He's had nagging Achilles injuries and a lot of things going on in his feet. So that is actually sensational to see a man like Zach Patterson get out there and flex his muscles and comes away with the second place. But Andre Waring, it all belongs to him. Trained by Steve Deneen, so maybe he learned off his race a little earlier. Just bide your time and you'll find a way to get through. But that's a sensational women's A and men's A 3000. Here you go. Here comes his coach with his wiener dog, Jeff Risley, with his little dog out to go see Pat. That's sensational. I wonder if he gives him a kiss.
I'm glad you said dog at the end.
Wow.
That is unreal. That was like the days of old almost for Zach Patterson.
Just flying on the outside.
That strong kick finish.
One of the smoothest operators you'll ever see.
And Cashin did a lot of work early. But, well, he still finished strongly.
Yeah, what would he have clocked off? Under 8:10.
Yeah, about 8:08, 8:09 for Cash.
That's pretty. What's his PB?
7:58, I think, was his seed time.
So he's a little bit off. But still, first race.
Considering he did the work early as well.
Yeah, exactly right. What a night of racing.
Very good, very good. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We've loved all your comments. So tune back in for the next Milers Club stream in a couple of weeks' time. Few. The next
December
one,
16th.
You'll find out about it if you're a fan.
Yeah, you'll know.
December 16th is the next one. So 800s and 1500 metre showdowns all over again with ourselves. Mitch Dyer, it's been a pleasure.
Mick, it has been fantastic to see your beautiful face again. Isaac, it's been great to see you as well. I'm looking forward to the next one now. It's going to be a cracking year, I reckon.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.